What's happening, guys? Welcome to another edition of PWT Pro Wrestle Times Podcast. Yeah, I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful time. What a crazy time it is to be a wrestling fan. And this episode of Pro Wrestle Times Podcast is a little bit different. Obviously, I gotta shout out the Patreons. So you guys know who you are: Reggie Rodriguez, Mark Peter, Mark, Ashley V, Russ Paxson, Chris Killis, Cruz Madrid, Desirac Uchiha. Make sure you sign up for the Patreon. That's patreon.com/ProWrestleTimes. It's a great way to just support the channel so we can keep bringing you content. You guys know I've been away for like 2 or 3 weeks, and that's because I caught the Earth's mightiest flu. It was worse than frickin' COVID in comparison for me personally. But that being said, between my throat swelling up and everything, you know, I hopped on and I recorded chunks of like what I thought about things and me going off on SRS, and Hairline even hopped in to review the Royal Rumble. So what this is sort of like a stitched together episode of a few things that have been going on. We haven't talked in a long time since like the Netflix deal went down. So this is just sort of a stitched together episode of recordings I did, and Hairline will pop in and out of over the last week or so. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this. Also, make sure you check out YouTube memberships over on the Clips channel. So we're going to start going live all the time. You're going to see me playing retro wrestling video games. Even if it's just for an hour, I'm going to pop in and say what's up live. And yeah, make sure you join the become a member, and it's just a great way to donate and to support the channel. But also the members will get early access to certain videos, and you'll also get shout outs if you join the highest tier of YouTube membership, and or you can go on Patreon, you get shout outs. You guys know the deal. But yeah, that's at Pro Wrestle Clips on YouTube. And yeah, I'm gonna start going live there all the time, and there will be a weekly live formatted podcast with all different, think of it like Friday Night Tights, but with the pro wrestling characters of the IWC, you know what I mean? And and yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy this episode. Basically, I'm gonna go off on SRS. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Netflix Rock TKO board thing, the Vince allegations. Kevin Patrick's no longer with the WWE. We got the 2K24 reactions, the Royal Rumble review, and then basically the press conference that happened with The Rock and Cody Rhodes there. So enjoy, dive in. This episode's stitched together, and I hope you enjoy it. Pardon me for my voice. It's coming back. But yeah, the regular recorded show will go down as usual, and yeah, live shows, live streams, it's all coming, guys. It's all in the works. And thank you so much. We're almost at 1,500 subs over on the Clip channel. We're at like 300 over on the audio channel, and then of course everyone who rocks with us on Spotify and Apple and everything. I can't thank you enough. But yeah, guys, enough of my jibber jabber. Here's the stitched together Pro Wrestle Times episode from the last few weeks. Hairline pops in, so it's nice to hear from him. And yeah, love you guys. Hope you enjoy. Let's get into it. I don't want to do this, I gotta be completely honest, but we're gonna talk about the Sean Ross Sapp shit. Now, of course, I could just go off on people like Sean Ross Sapp and Meltzer every show, which I do at least for a few minutes. You know, last show I went off on Meltzer for like 3 minutes or something, you know? So we and it's hard when they put themselves out there, and that's what we're here to talk about right now. So SRS and myself, on the Christmas episode, I was like, yeah, like we're gonna be above this shit, but I wasn't above this shit. And you know, I'd seen videos and clips just the last year, if you go back as far as January, just SRS flip-flopping on the Mercedes Mone situation, which is fine, right? But he just recently was talking so confidently about it, which I talked about on the last show, right? We played the clip, and that triggered a response from Sean Ross Sapp himself, who jumped into our comments and was like, you dumb fuck. Here, where is it? On the Fightful account. So this is Fightful's YouTube. You know what I mean? So I'm not up in their comments going, you stupid hack. Shut the fuck up, right? Like I just talk about it and then I move it. Like it's crazy. I do tweet about the shit. I just quote tweet and respond to all wrestling shit, you know? That's what you do on Twitter, right? You know, it's free promotion. If you're not out there promoting on all the free promotional tools out in the world, you're crazy if you're trying to build something up. So at Fightful on YouTube in our comments, okay? Talking to us, to you, the listeners who agree with me. And Sean Ross Sapp is saying, hey, I can't wait to see how fucking stupid you look when I blah, blah, blah. And then he goes, hey, I cannot wait to personally make you look stupid. This is what Sean Ross Sapp is fucking doing.
Emotional damage.
Now, provided like, okay, I've always, and Sean, I know he's listening to this. But you know, I've always like put him over as like, no, he does. He's just like, yeah, he gets solid information, and especially from AEW, all these people get information from AEW because Tony Khan likes the idea of stooging to them, right? But it's just, I've always said, like, I don't even hate this dude. Like, I have no problem with Fightful. Like, I read their news all the time. I tweet them, and now Fightful blocked me, and I'm like, okay, I'm not allowed to read the news anymore, am I? But no, I don't even like hate the dude, whatever, and I don't care that he commented this. Like I poke the bear and I do trash. I go like, yo, these guys are fucking idiots, you know. I get it. I get why. Like I would defend myself, which I've done. The one thing is that these comments that he commented. Now I don't know how YouTube works, but there's always a section when I go to respond to comments. There's like this other section that's like show hidden comments. And you click on that part, and then it's like everything in the hidden comments is stuff that's just like if you're overly cussing or whatever. I don't know. It's like AI detects that your comment is fucked up. I don't know. But these comments were hidden, but a couple of them went through, right? But he was spazzing out and just cussing like, I can't wait to see how fucking stupid I make you look, whatever. I screenshotted them. Because even if I click the check mark to let them go through, so I screenshotted these because when you click the check mark, it almost doesn't ever go through. Like still YouTube is like, no, this comment is like, it's too egregious. I don't know how they determine that or whatever, because I've wrote fuck in a comment and it works. But yeah, I screen grabbed them and posted them so people didn't think I was just making this up, because they won't appear under the video because YouTube, I guess, flagged them or whatever. So yeah, this man is, you know, he's upset with me, and that's fine. You know, I definitely poke the bear and I can take it. There should be context, right? So Sean and I, our online relationship started when I was pretty fresh on the scene, you know, Pro Wrestle Times. I started out as basically, I was just like a Mark Twitter account, just posting and retweeting and talking about wrestling in the IWC. But I had always planned to do a podcast. That was always the plan. And about like a year or two after my account was made on Twitter just to talk about wrestling and be involved in the IWC, I started doing podcasting. Now, like right when I started doing podcasting, Sean and I had an interaction where it was kind of negative. But I had disagreed with the Fightful reporting of like Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns got in a beef. And so he went at me like, fuck you. I fucking, you know, you guys know how he talks. He goes too crazy on people. You know, there's trolling, but then there's clearly just like being emotional, which is like what he does. And so it resulted in us DMing. I don't remember. I have all the DMs, and I'm not going to read all these DMs, but basically we went back and forth, and then I started asking him about Billy Body, because I was like, yo, you know, Billy Body's right about shit. Like, so he obviously does have plugs. So like, why do you guys hate each other type shit? I think I was asking him just like, you know, what is it with you two? Like, what is this beef about? Like, is he a reliable guy with his sources? Because it seems like he's right. Like, he predicted the whole last WrestleMania or whatever, you know? So he obviously knew something there. Like, what is this feud sort of about? I just kind of dug around, see what Sean would say. And Sean was cool, and we basically agreed, like, we were both like, you're a cool guy, I'm a cool guy, we're cool guys, all right? Like, we're not even beefing. But then, as time goes on, you get instances where there's people going, Sean's got burners. He's flipping through accounts. He's getting death threats. So in the IWC, people DM each other. People talk to each other, okay? Just so y'all know. And I cop to this too. It's like, dude, you can't go around tweeting out like this person made death threats if you can't like if there's nothing to substantiate it. So basically what I was doing was being an emotional bitch and like tweeting shit out about, and he does death threats. So like, but really I couldn't prove that, but there was people who I thought was Sean burners too. But you have to be conscious and know that like there's people probably pretending to be SRS and burners too, right? So again, I poked the lion, I upset him. And I think I deleted the tweet, and I think I did even say like, I am sorry for insinuating that much, I guess. Like that wasn't fair of me to do, right? A bunch of people liked this tweet, and Sean got in the DMs again, but he had like blocked me and unblocked me, and you guys know how he does, right? Like he had blocked me, unblocked me, type some shit, block me, whatever. But we had DMs going. But what he started doing was he has like a list of everyone who's talked shit about him, like all the Twitter accounts, and he was sending me accounts that like I don't follow or that don't follow me but liked this tweet. He started sending me all these accounts with like their tweets like, this person mocked my whatever. I don't even want to talk about it because it's stupid, and it's like I pray for him, and I would never condone that, and I think that's absolutely horrible, right? But this is back, you guys, when I had like 300 followers and shit. You know, I have like 800 now. Yeah, we glowing up. Yeah. I don't know. So we're playing the DM game, whatever. But basically, and then the last message he ever sent to me was, so you're going to read all this and not answer, huh? And he had sent me all of like bad shit people were saying to him. And at that moment in time, and I know Sean's listening, and I'll tell him, and I'll explain to him right now. Dude, I never read that because that was a real bummer. And also, my really good friend and regular on the show, if you will, Hairline, he has the exact same thing going on, Sean. So absolutely, we like, I would never do that. And Sean and I had a conversation one time in the DMs too, where I was like, dude, you'll never catch me going like, like Sean Ross Sapp is a goofy bitch, piece of shit, fucking like, I don't do that. I call him a goober. I call him a liar. I do that because I feel like he's told lies and he's goobered, you know, and a stooge because I feel like he's stooged things. Meltzer, and I typically group Meltzer and this guy together, and maybe that's unfair as well, you know. Maybe that's unfair of me to do. I'm trying to be as like objective as I can here as well, you know, because I gotta be honest, like I have no beef with Fightful, you guys. I read their shit all the time on the show. It's just opinions, right? So this is the whole thing, right? Basically to summate this feud, because I'm not gonna deep dive and read this and read that. I don't care. I don't even hate SRS, okay? I'm sorry, Sean, that I used your goddamn goober photo that I found on like Twitter that week. Like I used the gooberest photos in that video I could find of Meltzer, where he's dressed like a kid, like he's on the fucking Magic School Bus. And then I picked the one of Sean looking gooned out, and I'm so sorry. Like, one time I used a picture of Meltzer with, like, a troll nose. Now, I'm not backtracking any of the shit I did. It's all on like, I'm just using shit I find online, okay? This is just what the world is. And you put yourself out there as, like, the news, the authority of what's going on. And that's the difference. I'm just a shithead talking shit on the internet, giving my opinions, right? Now, some things I'm very right about, and I think that's why Sean's antennas go up for me, but I'm not here to break news, folks. That's Sean's job. That's Dave's job. Their job, they're the ones going out and saying, I'm breaking the news, and I'm the end-all, be-all, and this is what pro wrestling should be. Now, maybe Meltzer positions himself that way more than Sean does, for sure. And I'm sorry, I guess it's unfair of me to lump you guys together, and I poke the bear, but you're the public figure of the news. I'll poke, if I'm into politics, I'm poking at CNN, I'm poking at Fox, I'm poking at MSNBC, whatever, right? It's what we do, bro. And I'm just a wrestling commentary. I'm just laughing at shit, trying to be entertaining, talking shit, trying to get, you know, I feel like I'm the worst at Twitter, honest to God. Like, I'm a goober. Sometimes I get caught up arguing. Everybody does it, though. That's what Twitter is. But my job isn't like report things to be fact. My job is to just confidently talk shit about my own opinion because it's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And to be critical of, I'm the critic, bro. You're the one out there going, well, that's just it. You're allowed to be a critic too, but you got to make that distinction, right? And that's what Dave Meltzer doesn't do. Now, maybe again, Sean Ross Sapp, but he goes out there with such confidence. Now, this is why. Now, I pay attention when these Meltzer and these Sean Ross Sapp guys, when they start blocking you and hating you, dude, it's because they know that you're on to what the game is here. You know what I mean? You're smart to it. And they just fear that. They don't want people to, because I get how they could take it as like, oh, you're taking away from my livelihood of whatever. But Sean Fightful on the Fightful account talking shit in my YouTube comments, like, you know, YouTube isn't my livelihood, but like, what are you doing there? And like, that's super crazy, right? And he's super upset about Mercedes Moné, and we're gonna get there. But I don't have a timeline, but this is where, so like we go as far back as January 5th of 2023, guys. So right now it's January 28th, 2024. So as far back as a year ago, more than a year ago, Sean is saying, so Sean is on his show talking Young Bucks and Mercedes Moné and AEW. And he stood by the Bucks currently in contract negotiations with AEW. And then he seemed to stand by Mercedes was going to come into the company. This was a fucking year ago. Okay? So she didn't come in the company. This is December. So this is a month before he seems quite sure she's coming into the company. Here's Sean Ross Sapp on his show.
I do think there is more of a possibility of Mercedes heading to WWE than I thought there was in August.
So that's a month before he said on his show that he stands by that Mercedes is going to be coming into the company, dude. Right? So this is a month later. Yeah, she's going to be in WWE.
Possibility of Mercedes heading to WWE than I thought there was in August, when there was a working plan for Mercedes and AEW to work together. Because when I followed up on that, I have not been told of any current act.
Okay, there you go. That's all you need to hear. We can keep going. Oh, you just clipped it. Okay, we'll play it rest.
For that to happen.
Play the rest.
And that's a bummer because it looked like it was going to happen. It really did look like it was going to.
And it's a bummer she's not going to AEW. Okay, so instantly just being biased. So, Sean, this is what I call you out for, brother. That's all I do. I call you out. I say you're doing biased shit, and you're fucking like you know what's going on when AEW shit's on the table. Because they tell you shit, because they're stooging to you because Tony thinks it's cool. But when WWE shit's going on, you're always iffy about it because they're telling you, whoever is your guy there, bro, they're being told to tell you some real shit about like injuries and shit, and then fake shit about big shit to throw you off the scent. And I know this, and you know this, and Meltzer knows this, and that's the same with Meltzer. This is why Meltzer said John Cena's wrestling Roman Reigns at Saudi Arabia didn't happen. You guys both said Punk wouldn't be there. And then what Sean said when Punk showed up was, well, I had one source tell me Punk would be there and one source tell me Punk wouldn't be there. So I couldn't just go off on a limb and say he'd be there. But you did go off on a limb and say he wouldn't be there via one source. So that's the same thing, bro.
Dummy. Yeah.
And that's all I'm trying to get at here, okay? By summating all this. Like, I want people to have the full context going into this. So, talking Mercedes Moné, like you flip-flopped in a month, okay? So I pointed out, dude, you're flip-flopping. And when I was talking in the clip that got Sean Ross Sapp so mad, you guys go check it out at Pro Wrestle Clips. And the video's titled, like, what is it titled? Sean Ross Sapp lies about Mercedes Moné with a question mark in big bold letters on the thumbnail. In the midst of a 4-hour recording, in a 3-minute clip, I go, and guys, Mercedes ain't going to TNA. She ain't going to AEW. Like, shut the fuck up. And I do a little rant where, like, I'm talking in jest, Sean. Don't get so fucking emotional about it. Like, I'm talking in jest going, man, she ain't going to TNA. I also said that too. And it just shows how defensive you get about, like, and my shit's opinion. Your shit is news. So just stick to the facts and don't worry about what I'm saying if I don't know shit. Or do I know shit, Sean? I'm not out here breaking news. There's a goddamn reason for that, okay? It's just that simple. Here's him just saying different shit multiple times.
What's the Charlotte?
Is Mercedes asking number more or less or the same as the Charlotte number you reported on? Number I heard was more. But that's
what's the Charlotte number that you heard?
But that's what I heard. But that's what I heard. What's the number you heard? I'm not going to say. dude, don't go and say, I heard this shit, because then you got all the Twitter marks are jumping on Charlotte. Mercedes asked for more money than Charlotte. She ain't worth shit. She ain't a draw. Then you're bringing all this hate on Mercedes for no reason. And then you got Mercedes DMing shit going, dude, like dragging you, Sean, going, yo, they're making money off my name, like talking this shit. And it's like, Sean, this is why you get people making money off your name talking that shit, because you're doing the same. So how the fuck are you like mad? This is why people, you guys are like Brendan Schaubing yourselves, dude. Like you got to be able to take criticism if you're going to be the guy. Go in my comments and see if I don't jar back and forth and try and convert people who might hate me. And I talk to everybody. Because why? And I'm open to the criticism. When people comment criticism under my podcast, I go, thank you for the criticism, even if I detest what they're saying. Do you understand, dude? You can't be so like angry that you're going to use Fightful's main account to come talk in our YouTube, or do it if you want to Fightful versus PWT, but like you're just putting me over, brother. Like I'm not even in the same, you guys have been doing this for decades. I'm not even a year old, brother. I'm not even a year old, brother. Okay, so it's like you're just putting me over, and like you don't need to, you know what I mean? So thank you, a round of applause, everybody. Well, we'll save it for the end. So anyways, though, here's Sean, basically him creating the narrative that was so negative and toxic, which is shit I call out, and he doesn't like that because he's got to know it's true. He called out this he created this toxic fucking narrative of, I heard Mercedes wanted more than Charlotte. I heard it. Well, what is it? Well, aren't you the news? Imagine if fucking, bro, you can't do that, okay? You cannot, like, Walter Cronkite can't go there and go, I heard this. Now, you might go, but you are saying Mercedes is going to do this, which we're going to talk about in a second as well. All these people who are like in my comments going, Mercedes wasn't in the Rumble. Yeah, I never said she was going to be in the Rumble, dumb motherfucker. I never even said she wouldn't be in AEW. I agree with him that she'll probably go to AEW. I've said it people know. The listeners who listen to this show know. Okay? You guys know I've said it. She'll probably go to AEW. Even Okada, I've given my fantasy mark booking, but I've laid it out and said, but if he goes to AEW for the Brinks trucks, we're not mad at him, you know. But we lay out the scenario of you can't trust what the sheets are saying. That's all it is. And so, Sean Ross Sapp, I feel if you want to say I'm irresponsible, so I copped here, Sean. Let's play a game. Earlier at the start of this, because I'm going to clip this. I copped to me going, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have insinuated this and that, and I apologize. And I do, Sean. I do apologize, bro. You're a cool guy, honestly. We're cool. We'd probably party, have fun together. But you cop to this. You cop to, if it's irresponsible of me to fucking go, Sean's a goober, it's irresponsible of you to do this and go, I heard this. When you're supposed to, when people look to you as, no, he's a source with the news and blah, 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 blah. And if you're, this is what you have to do. And maybe I don't know this, but maybe I'm wrong here, but listen, you need to have the show where it's, here's Sean Ross Sapp's opinions, where he doesn't insinuate any type of new stuff. And then you need to have a show that's, here's just the news with him insinuating new stuff. Separate the fucking two so people know. Do you understand me? You understand me? Because here's the thing, Sean, it's my job to do the SNL weekend report, if you will, where I just talk shit and be funny and talk out of my ass and say funny jokes about you goobers. It's not your job to do that. You never positioned yourself that way. And if you want that to be your job, no, you report the goddamn news. That's how you report. That's how you positioned yourself. I never positioned myself to be news. So the fact that the news is mad at me, bro, who we're talking had 800 subscribers like a month ago. You know, you're mad at me, bro. You're mad at the wrong people. Like you need to log off. You're putting your energy towards people. Like you're punching down, homie. I'm punching at the king. Like you should be flattered that I take my time. That's what we say. That's what I say about Jim Cornette. Like, honest to God, Jim Cornette's done more promo for AEW than anyone. If they were putting on a great show, he would be fucking, he would be putting their shit over to all of his listeners, like the biggest audience in wrestling podcasts. So it's just, and I don't know, dude. Here's the thing. I know you got source. It's not like, oh, Sean doesn't have a source and has never made a headline and I've never said any shit, but you flip-flopped around on the Mercedes shit for like a year because I pay attention, because I like paying attention to wrestling stuff. And you're a prominent voice. Look, I'm putting you over. So don't be mad. Don't be in my comments talking shit, responding to my fucking listeners and talking shit to them. You understand me, dude? Like, that's crazy. Like, what? Why would you do that? You're like, yeah, I don't know. I use the term Brendan Schaubing. Like, you're making the internet like want to come at you, dude. It's crazy. It's crazy. But anyways, so we move along, and then there's one more clip. This was in December. So he's like, oh, the rumor about the big money, and then just listen to how confidently, again, he's reading like a super chat. So I don't know if someone gave him $2 to answer this like this, but listen, he starts so confidently going, nope, walked away from WWE. And I pointed it out on this show before, and I made a video titled, oh, you want to get triggered by clickbait? You fucking do it. My videos, here's why my shit's blowing up in this space. I'm going to stooge everyone a little secret here. Pull the curtain. I shouldn't do this. My shit looks like clickbait, but when you click on it, it's not clickbait, because whatever's in the title, I am fucking talking about in the video. Do you understand? Fuck, I'll screenshot the analytics. Most people are finding me on their home pages and are being recommended my show. Why? That's why I'm in everyone's faces. That's why these motherfuckers, that's why Meltzer and Sean block me and then unblock me. Meltzer respond and then block me again. Fuck off. You know what I mean? Like, just either let's talk and be cordial. Sean, come talk to me on the show. Call me a fucking bitch or fucking stupid on my show. Come do it. Like, I have no, it's not even like, we're not at war. Let's talk about it. That's all it is. So anyways, though, here's Sean, the news, because that's what you are, Sean. Okay. Here's you saying, nope, she's walking away. Sooner than later, she's gonna be in AEW. And then every week, we got to deal with motherfuckers going, oh, Mercedes, she's going to show up. Watch after the Deonna Purrazzo. And you're getting people's hopes up. What you're doing, it's like what Meltzer did with Ed, Sean. You're getting people's hopes up, but then you're just telling them what the shit is. So if it doesn't happen, you're fucked. But if it does happen, it's a wet fart because you already told them what's going to happen. This is the problem, you guys. This is the fucking problem. Doing what you're doing is not going to make 1 million more people go want to watch AEW and see if she shows up. That's what I'm trying to point out. And you guys are like, we're team AEW. You're not. I'm rooting for them more than you because you're not even thinking about it on this level. We're not even on the same wavelength of thinking about how this is a detriment. And so I don't know if it's for a super chat or if this is just for fun or what show this is. This is on Fightful.com. Fightful's the news. Now, is there always the op-ed piece? Has there always been op-ed and news? Yes, dude. But we live in a culture where, this is the whole thing, right? You have to acclimate. People talk about, oh, they're behind the times. Okay, you guys acclimate to the times where SRS and Dave, people think you're the news, bud. People think you guys are the news. I'm so sorry. That's how you positioned yourselves. Okay? That's how you position yourselves. So when you do this, people are going to come at you. People are going to make jokes about it. People are going to quote tweet it and go fucking idiot. People do it to me. It happens to everybody. It's just the internet. Now, I've copped to my shit. I said at the beginning of this, yeah, I shouldn't have insinuated this because that is actually kind of crazy, right? So I copped to that. So I would love if Sean just copped to, yeah, maybe I should differentiate and should say, in my opinion, or do different shows, or fuck me. I'm not even trying to tell you what to do. That's the other thing. I'm not even trying to tell you motherfuckers what to do. This is all I've said is if you guys say one thing, believe the opposite when it comes to WWE, because they're telling you bullshit and you know it, and you know that I know you know it. Okay? And that's what you don't like. So here's Sean saying super confidently, Mercedes is going to be in AEW sooner than later. And we pointed out on the last show, I made a fucking clickbaity headline of it, but I talked about it in the video. Dolph Ziggler chose TNA over AEW because we all know AEW offered Nick Nemeth money to go to that we all know it. We all know it. But now there's not the same incentive other than just money. And Nick Nemeth was just in the WWE for just money, in case everybody didn't know that.
Dummy, yeah.
Dolph Ziggler was in WWE for just money for a long ass time. He wasn't going to go to AEW for just money when you can get fucking New Japan dates and everything working for any company. WWE is going to start doing it. Watch. They just had TNA in their goddamn Royal Rumble as one of the most prominent parts of their Rumble was TNA shit. So, of the Women's Rumble, which stole the show, by the way. SRS, I don't know. Here's him just confidently saying, and he will never go, oh, this person chose WWE over TNA, or this person chose WWE over AEW. It's always like it's always like a funeral. They went with WWE. And so it's fine. Just be like, I'm the AEW biased news, right? Just like say it, right? Like Fox is like, I'm the Republican biased news. CNN's like, I'm the liberal biased news. So then you know that going into it. But with y'all, it's like, no, man, we're just saying what the sources are, and I got better sources than your sources, and Sean's beefing with this news guy because he doesn't do news the way Sean thinks he should do the news, and if I don't agree with Sean that CM Punk isn't there, I'm a fucking stupid bitch, but if I do agree with him that he's there and then he's not, then I'm a real life fucking stupid bitch, because you know what I mean? Like, there's no winning with these people, and especially someone with Sean, and he doesn't see. You got to be objective, bro. Pull yourself out of yourself, you know, like, and just think about this. So it's like, if I had said Sean Punk will be there, you're a fucking idiot, and then he showed up, am I a stupid fucking bitch for not agreeing with you? Yes, because that's what was going on in your comments. Like, do you understand what the fuck I'm saying? I don't agree with you on Monet, so I'm a stupid fucking bitch, and then I disagree with you on Punk, but you were wrong, and I'm a stupid fucking bitch. So what is it, man? Like, we just have to bow down and just praise whatever Meltzy and Seltzy over here, Seltzy Sapp, have to say about everything. Like, no, I can talk shit about it. Like, fuck that, I disagree, you know, or I heard this, or Sean, like, here's the thing. On the MMA thing, I'm just as obsessed with MMA as I am pro wrestling, guys. The listeners know this. With the whole Punk ordeal, dude, just in the MMA world, people knew he was coming back to do something. People thought he was going to try and fight again in the UFC. And so just based off that, I knew Endeavor was trying to, like, he's just down with all those Dana White and Ari Emanuel and all that. Like, those guys love Punk. The business execs seem to love Punk. It's a weird thing, isn't it, guys? But anyways, though, here's I'm tired of talking about Sean.
Somebody says, no longer in conversations. The agreement contract is already signed. No. Walked away from conversations with WWE so confidently. Okay. No funny little wordplay bullshit. Nothing like that. If you're guessing, where do you think Mercedes shows up? Do you think AEW has any debuts on deck? I would expect her to be in AEW. That's what I'm expecting. I think it'll happen sooner than later. And so
he doesn't really care about AEW. He's just more a mark for himself in the fact that he gets a headline. Oh yeah, I got this fucking headline. So let me just stooge this thing that people are anticipating. And now every week people are in my comments going, nope, she's going to debut tonight. Just watch. And then I come back to this comment when she debuts. And then I come back to it and I'm like, see, she didn't debut, bro. Just don't get excited when these guys say shit because they're stooging it or they're ruining it or they're lying. Or they're being told lies. This is what I fucking said. That's all I said. And you're so mad you're going to use the Fightful account to call me fucking stupid. Really, Sean? Because you just made yourself look like even more of a dummy. Yeah. And that's just what would LA Knight say? That's just a fact of life or whatever the fuck. And then we have Goombas literally on Twitter responding to tweets or in the comments and going, well, she wasn't at the Rumble, so you better apologize to Sean. No, I don't have to apologize to anybody because Sean was still, she didn't walk away and come right into, she's posting shit about WWE. She's still not in AEW. There's no deal signed 100%. Or she's talking about he's going to walk in. We still don't even know that there's a deal signed or anything. It's just crazy to me that it's like, bro, it's only been a month. I don't care if she's there or not. But the reason I'm not wrong and the reason you fucking owe me an apology, motherfucker. No, but I don't want an apology, Sean. But all I said was you flip-flopped around and in jest I said she ain't going to TNA. Listen to the clip. I said she ain't going to TNA. She ain't going to AEW. I was being like a schmarmy asshole, whatever. But the point I was making was like she ain't popping up anywhere soon. She just got off injury. And I just said that if she does go to AEW, They're back to Brinks trucks. But when these motherfuckers like SRS go, nope, she's going to walk away. He doesn't know that. That's the only point I'm pointing out. Nope. Unless she said it to him on camera, I don't believe it. Because you said fucking Punk wasn't going to be there. And you said she's going to walk it. And then you get all these people's hopes up. And then when she does show up, it hurts them. It hurts the business. People don't care. I never said she was going to show up at the Rumble, dummies. I may have 1 point fantasy mark booked and went, I would have her come back in the Rumble and have a moment with Naomi. I'm sure I said some shit like that. I wasn't even confident Naomi was going to show up in the Rumble because of the pre-tape shit they were doing with Jordynne Grace. I had thought like, oh, they might get a tag team because they shook hands after their last title match on TNA. And I was like, we might get a tag team match out of them or something too, right? Like this could be, there's more to do with this. So maybe she's not quite leaving TNA yet. And people jump the gun again, because we're conditioned. I'm conditioned now to go, these people are jumping the fucking gun. So it's just, it's Sean, it's just an accumulation of shit. And I never said she would be in the Rumble. I never said Okada would be. And this is the other thing too. You get these fucking morons who just read the headline, Sean, and you know that, and you take advantage of these people. And I do too, to get them to click on my video. But when you click on my video, you know that the substance is there. Again, my Okada fantasy mark booking for this whole time has been, I want him to be the surprise debut at the WrestleMania. To challenge Gunther in an open challenge. Hey, all I'm saying, and I hate to bring this up because we're going to talk about it in a bit, but Brock Lesnar is kind of, with him out of the picture, I maintain Okada at WrestleMania showing up to challenge Gunther because Gunther's wiped out the roster. I never said Okada would be in the Rumble. I said maybe he'll be at the Rumble. I never said he's going to be at the Rumble. I never said Monet's going to be at the Rumble. And I'm not the news. As Conan would say, hot news. I'm not the hot news, guys. I'm not the hot news, okay? That's fucking for people to Sean Ross Sapp and Billy Body and Dave Meltzer and all these guys. It's those guys, okay? The fucking, who's that one guy? Nick Hausman. That's you guys. You're the news. When Nick Hausman starts fucking critiquing matches, that's when it goes, you're a shill or whatever. Or you start just, nope, she walked away from WWE, going to AEW. You're so confident, like, okay. And then you galvanize all these people and they act toxic and fucking weird because they see the way you're acting. So was it irresponsible for me to go, yeah, Sean Ross Sapp uses burners and fucking has made weird threats to people that I can't prove? Yeah, that was irresponsible for me to ever have said that ever. So my apologies, and I hope we can move forward from that, Sean. Now your turn, bud. Is it responsible for you to use your platform that way and get upset? It's like it goes both ways, man. I'm not up in Fightful's comments fucking. I'm not up in there talking shit and going, yeah, you guys fucking suck. You know, it's like I'm not going to bow down and conform and accept that you're the all-knowing, omnipotent grand wizards of fucking wrestling, dude. You guys calling people bitches and going, oh, reading would be your friend. You know, like, fuck you guys. You guys talk out of both sides of your mouths and state it as fact. I'm not the fact guy, you know? And then this way you can't ever be wrong, you know? And then when people don't bow down, you guys lash out, you get mad. When you aren't in control, you cry, you block, you unblock, you vanity search your names. Meltzer responding to shit from 4 years ago and 4 days ago. For what, dude? You know what I mean? And Sean, you're welcome to. I know you'll never come on this show, but you're welcome to, and we can just talk, bro. You know, I'm not afraid. We're just humans. You know what I mean, dude? We can talk. I'm not Billy Body. I won't be wearing a fucking cowboy hat and a fucking looking like a Kevin Federline. No, I'm just joking, man. I got love for everyone, but it's just yeah, you know, you guys just get caught in the cross. You guys just get caught in the crosshairs. You know, so maybe we'll separate you guys, you know, but I'm allowed to question all news. I'm allowed to question TSN, ESPN, the New York Times, Fightful, Wrestling Observer. I'm allowed to call bullshit on anything when I smell it. And you're allowed to respond as well. But don't pretend that you're like some superior to everyone else because you get stooged fake information by WWE from time to time. Some real, some fake. Like, don't act like you're greater than. You know, there's a reason why SRS is even worried about what I got to say. I know he worries about lots of trolls, but there's a reason he's all over. Like, he's always like, since the beginning, when I had like 200 followers, the dude's just like, and me not tagging him. And the very first time, we'll end it on this, but the very first time he ever got mad at me too, I never even knew it was Sean Ross's reporting. I never went, Sean Ross is a fucking idiot and this is a lie. It's just a story he personally reported on Fightful, and I was responding to Fightful going, I don't believe this for a minute. I don't believe this bullshit. You know, and it was about Roman having heat with Kevin Owens because he slapped him in his ear hard. And I was like, it's two men having a disagreement. There's not, you guys are blowing it up like these guys have like a beef and don't want to work together and shit. Like, Roman stormed off. Like, okay, they're two men in a locker room. Like, it's not, that shit happens every hockey game ever. And you know what I mean? There's a player who gets hot at another play. Come on. You know what I mean? It's crazy that that's like their headline, you know? And that's all these websites. Oh, Lacey Evans posts a new bikini picture. And that's like your fucking news on a slow day. It's just bad. But yeah, dude, I know what's up, and I never claim to break any news or try to be a dirt sheet. I don't have any traditional quote unquote sources, but I've talked confidently about things in the past that have come to fruition. And, you know, sometimes those things may be coincidences, maybe sometimes they're not. And Sapp knows that. And yeah, it's all good. Rent-free condominiums in his head. Yeah. Anyways, let's move along with the fucking show. Yeah. Let's crack another beer. We're having a beer here today. It's the Rumble weekend. We had to get things going, man. Get them in order. All right. So enough about Sean Ross Sapp and the jabronis. Let's talk about the homies. Back joining us here on Pro Wrestle Times is one of your motherfucking favorites of all time. My favorite of all time. Hairline's in the building here. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for Hairline.
Just like the Phoenix, I have re-risen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Let me talk to you. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to give you a little something. Yeah. So, Hairline's back.
Knock out the ring rust. Man.
Yeah, that's right, man. It's been a while, and he's going to review some wrestling and react to the rest of this shit. He wasn't there for me to fucking... Too bad you weren't here for me to fucking iceberg Sean Ross Sapp, dude, but you can react to it later. Yeah.
I was walking home from the movies.
What'd you go see?
Godzilla -1 minus color.
So it was the black and white version of Godzilla -1?
Yeah.
Dude, that movie's so fucking good. We were talking about it off pod, and we were talking about Shin Godzilla, and now I want to rewatch Shin Godzilla because you were telling me about the other fucking forms he has that I didn't even know about, and I was like, what the fuck? We're not getting that movie? I thought for sure we were getting a part 2. Nah.
Oh, bastards.
Yeah.
I could go on about that, but yeah, wrestling podcast. But yeah, man, I just got back from that. Unfortunately, missed the SRS shit, but you know, I kind of got it. He's a goof, you know. It's like it's always different versions of the same events with that guy. You know what I'm saying? So I got it.
So moving along, like, you know, Goober's tweeting silly shit out. Hairline, did you see this tweet from Tony Khan? He tweeted out, again, just stepping on his own dick, making himself look like a goober. This isn't that big of a deal, but 2 days ago he tweeted out, at Tony Khan says, 2024 AEW is the next 2021 AEW. What do you think of that? And then it's a picture of him wearing goofy glasses that say 2021 on them.
Well, what was 2021?
Like a great year for them, I guess, is what he's implying.
Right, but that's what. So was that like the Matt Hardy and the fucking Icebox year, or was that? Like,
oh shit!
Or was that Kenny versus Penta? I don't. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not even sure. AEW Wrestling 2021. Let me just type it in and see like what was going on around that time. But just your thoughts on that. Like, so is he saying 2022 and 2023 weren't good after he just told us a bunch of times at these press conferences, oh, it's been great, the safest wrestling company of all time, and we're just so great that, like, how everything's great here. And so he's just saying the last 2 years weren't shit, and we've all been saying that, but we get called demons for saying that. So, like, what do you think about that?
Well, again, like the analyze this correctly, we do have to see what 2021 was, but he is definitely like stepping on his own dick and kind of like, oh, 2022 and 2023 or whatever. No, they were great actually. We have the safest wrestling, and Jericho did nothing. I won't
So
address this.
I don't know if I got your thoughts on that. Like, what did you think of Tony Khan saying, with the Jericho situation and the NDAs and all that, and then you have and like whatever, like I'll get you. Well, yeah, you can give me your thoughts on that actually, but just like, and then also like with all the injuries and all of the times where like Sammy Guevara got in shoots with Andrade and Eddie Kingston, and Ruby Soho wanted to beat up Carmelo, and Thunder Rosa had to run and hide in a bathroom stall, as reported by Meltzer in these geeks. So what about it is the safest wrestling company when CM Punk had to fucking knock out the locker room or whatever, to fucking get people to wake up? Like what about that? Like, what do you make of him wearing that fur hat and those glasses going, oh, it's the safest of all time in the human history? What do you make of that, Hairline?
The biggest thing I want to say about like that situation is that it's such bullshit that it took place during the first time Giulia Hart got to like cut a promo and like really show us what she can do on these fucking press scrums. Not that that's like, what I'm saying, crucial, but like, what I'm saying? Like, dude, I don't know, man. It's just all like, we're over here fucking talking about wrestling, and all of a sudden we're just talking about how good this fucking hot dog grill is. It's not that, but you get what I'm saying. Like, it's just like, this is not the time. Like, we're supposed to be talking about Giulia Hart.
Yeah, and those marks know that fucking Tony Khan's gonna give them 2 hours extra of his time so he can talk after. So like, when to ask it.
He loves
like,
it.
Yeah.
And now the outfit. Why did he have that outfit on in the first place?
Well, because Toni Storm put her hat, like she was wearing like fur and glasses and doing her character, like she's doing her gimmick, right? Like during these press conferences, and which is brilliant. But then she put the hat and the glasses on Tony, and he didn't have the wherewithal of even like, okay, he's wearing it, he's being cute, but when he's asked that question, remove the glasses and the hat and show everyone how seriously you take this. Oh, we take this so seriously? Do ya? Oh, really, dude? Yeah. So, but yeah, I guess we didn't get your thoughts on all that. So I don't know though. Yeah, Tony Khan, man, kind of, like, well, let me ask you while you're here with the whole Jinder Mahal, Seth Rollins hook. What were your thoughts on that? Right? He says, yo, like he evokes for some reason Hook and Jinder, talk shit on Jinder. So Jinder tweets for the first time in 2 years and goes, who the fuck is Hook? Like, come on, dude. What was all that about? What were your thoughts on all that? Like,
I think it's like almost the most unhinged we've ever seen Tony so far, because like
downhill, dude. They're
downhill. It's just like tweeting like Jinder like did fucking career changing promo right there, and like here's fucking Tony just all like admitting that he's watching the show first off. You know what I'm saying? And then like just all like, oh, I'll show them. Hook gets a title match, even though I'm sending Swerve out there. But don't worry, Swerve's gonna get interrupted by Hangman. And it's just afterbirth. But like basically in a nutshell, man, he just like justified it in his mind and to his fans. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'll show them. Hook gets a title shot. Didn't Hook lose, bro? So like,
yeah. Did you see that match? Did you like that match though? I thought the Joe. I liked the Joe Hook match better, except for when he kicked out of the Muscle Buster. But I thought Jinder Seth was a solid match, but it wasn't like either of those guys' best matches. But they had me when Jinder colossed him and got that false finish. Like, they had me there. I was like, oh, he's gonna win the belt, because that's where Tony fucked up. It's like, no, dude, WWE fuck around and put that belt on Jinder. And we know you're not putting it on a Hook because you set up a triple threat match right after that shit, So we know that because Tony always double books. He always steps on his own dick. So he's got a match with Hook and Joe, but then he lets us know that Swerve and Hangman are going to also try and fight him right after. So now we know, like, there's no element of surprise. It's like a 6-year-old booking. We've talked about it ad nauseum, but
plus I guess Wardlow wants a title shot or some shit.
So let's get your thoughts on, while we're doing this, let's get your thoughts on the reveal of like the Devil. So let's sit here and talk about it. Like, why would Wardlow be in that faction when MJF was 100%? Wardlow squashed him with 10 power bombs, pinned him clean, right? But now that MJF's the world champion and he's all injured after 30 title defenses in wrestling 2 times in one night and shit, why would Wardlow team up with another evil team after he got fucked around by like 2 evil teams? before. So he's going to team up with this evil team to what? Help Joe get the title when Joe beat Wardlow for the TNT title and shaved his head and humiliated him and put Roderick Strong in the neck brace. So yeah, we're going to act like spooky devils and then help Joe get the belt. Why? Why did Wardlow could have just showed up, powerbombed MJF 10 times and beat him like he did before on paper. Like why would Wardlow help Joe when Joe shaved his head and humiliated him and injured him and got him off TV in kayfabe? Why the fuck would he help Joe and Adam Cole? It makes no sense. It was the worst shit. I would have almost preferred it was Jack Perry or even Tony Khan. What were your thoughts?
They were Ring of Honor tag champions before that, right? Or some shit.
Who?
Joe and Wardlow, right? Right?
Like, I don't even know. I don't listen to me.
I briefly remember them doing some kind of tagging. You know what I'm saying? Like,
listen,
that's why
what happened was Joe fucked over Wardlow, beat him for the TNT title, shaved his head on TV, humiliated him, and like injured him. And then Wardlow was gone. Then he came back. Roderick Strong was in a neck brace for fucking 3 months because Joe broke his neck with a chair or whatever. So these guys go, let us help Joe win the title so our team can be fucking mid-carders on Collision next week. Like, what was the point of that? Who did that get over?
No one. Absolutely no one. Okay, and I don't mean to go off topic, but it's still on topic of the whole devil thing. But like the biggest thing that bothers me here is Cole had to be fucking like the whole reason he went to AEW is because WWE wanted him to be a fucking mouthpiece because he was injury prone and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And here we are.
Holy shit, Hairline, man. Hold on.
And now he's like, you know what I'm saying, injured, like the WWE was saying, you know what I'm saying? And he's the mouthpiece for this faction, you know, so it's like he ultimately became like what he was leaving the WWE over.
Dude, you just blew my goddamn mind with that. Okay, we got to move on. That was brilliant, dude. Wow, Hairline dropping gems, PWT. Okay, so Hairline, you might have heard in the hedgelines, just the news, man, the hot news. So
yeah, the takes here, bud.
WWE Raw, but WWE in general made a huge fucking deal with Netflix. Now, I've got notes on this shit. I've got fucking everything here, and we're gonna get into all this. So, a Netflix deal with WWE is $500 million plus per year for 10 years. Netflix can opt out after 5 years or opt in for another 10 after 5, extending it to 15 or 20 years. So at the 5-year mark, they can opt in and go, no, we want 10 more years of WWE on Netflix. Crazy, dude, at $500 million plus. Here's a winner for your boy like Phil Marks here in Canada. Outside of America, Netflix will also air everything WWE, SmackDown, NXT, documentaries, etc., and a bunch of original content.
That's epic.
Yes, sir. So,
are they done with Peacock?
Well, so it's still TBD, to be determined as to where Raw will be aired when the USA deal comes up, which is coming up soon, and when Netflix deal starts is in January next year, or in 2025. Yeah, so my guess is they just sign a short extension with USA, take a pay cut, do USA a solid because they're making $500 million next year minimum. That's my prediction for that, but I'm completely redacted when it comes to fucking business of that grandeur. You know, I don't know TV like that. So, but that's just, I don't know, just stay on USA for a bit. But they don't even necessarily have a home until then. But so yeah, well, what's your reaction to that? What's your reaction to that big of deal? Hairline revolutionizing, sports are going to follow, other television's going to follow. Like, this is, so WWE was the first to go pay-per-view, they were the first to go cable, they were the first to go, and not even pro wrestling. It is pro wrestling, but it is the WWE who was the first to do all of this. Now they started their own network. Now they've transitioned to like the third party streaming. Hey, we're going to do this deal with Netflix where we're going to air we're just on Netflix now, and we're going to air live weekly television on Netflix. The first, no one does this. Football, nothing does this. They're all going to follow suit because they always do. Hairline, your thoughts on this? Just WWE and pro wrestling, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I think it's huge, man. And like,
Fucking insane.
Triple H and everyone over at TKO, man.
Nick Khan, the greatest signing in WWE history.
Right. Well, like, yeah, that's like, and it is a subjective statement, but it's like, argue that shit. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen the WWE be this beneficial. You know what I'm saying? This solid of a product will be in this beneficial, and like getting all these deals, you know?
It's incredible, man. And so, like, I guess to tag on to that, because there is more news that is, I guess it's this, it attaches to it, but it's a little different. It could be its own thing here, but The Rock, man, he's on the fucking board of TKO. He steps in. Now we're going to talk about Vince in a minute, so just save your Vince thoughts in a minute here, but The Rock, like, okay, Vince is off. Yeah, Vince is off the board. Well, just wait. Oh, you just wait, buddy. I'm saving my voice. I'm saving my voice. So The Rock, man, there's a seat open on the board, especially now. Like, they announced the Netflix shit, but then with the Vince shit, okay. Especially now, there's a big seat open. The Rock is on the board. WWE agrees. Nick Khan's known The Rock since they were little kids. The WWE agrees. They give The Rock back the rights to his name. So now he can go promote a movie and just be called The Rock, starring The Rock. You know what I mean? He could never do that before. He had to be Dwayne Johnson and shit. And so now he owns the fucking Rock, bro. They gave it to his family. The Rock, he owns it. Like, goddamn, WWE's just good faith with people, man. Beautiful. And then he's at a seat on the board on TKO. And here's my notes, and then I want your reaction to this, because good for The Rock, obviously, but I wrote, you can only imagine The Rock is licking his lips because, and now I'm going to approach it from the movie side, like Phil does, man. I approach it from the entertainment side, all the angles, okay? The Rock's licking his lips because even though he's a box office megastar, this opens an easier door for him to just pull the Adam Sandler move and just do movies exclusively with Netflix as well that will get 1 billion eyeballs. They won't even go to the theaters. Then he can help focus on WWE and UFL as well, because he started the UFL. He merged the XFL with like the United States, the USFL or whatever. And then they created what's called the UFL. And then all the stuff he has going on, that movies and traditional Hollywood, they steal so much of your time. But if he works within the Netflix confines and him working with Endeavor and all that, I think he'll have more time for wrestling. And Rock, like, watch, like, The Rock will be the president of WWE Films one day. Like, he'll just be the president of a fucking film company owned by them, making his own movies for himself. Like, that's what's gonna, and he already is, like, with the $7 thing, but he still partners with these big, you know, whatevers, but he has it all now there. And it's like, who better for the WWE's future to be handed off to than like the people who made it what it was, bro? Triple H and The Rock and shit. I just think it's fucking brilliant. So congratulations, the Anoa'i family. And you know, The Rock, he works with the UFC. So like, we have to know, I've been saying it for a babillion years, Endeavor, Ari Emanuel, these guys love The Rock. They love CM Punk because of the UFC shit. Dana White, he's part of the WWE now, like it or not. So these guys love The Rock, and he has a shoe deal. They're the official shoe of the UFC and shit. So your thoughts on The Rock, man, getting the rights to his name, and just like the future of WWE, man, is Netflix. Raw won't be on Mondays all the time when football's on. Raw's going to be on like a Tuesday and shit. What do you make of all that, Hairline? What do you think about all this and The Rock? Give me your thoughts on that.
So my initial statement here with the whole thing with The Rock's name and all that is, I think it's kind of crazy that Vince just never gave it to him because, like, you would think he'd be all like, "Yeah, I made that guy. Yeah, I made The Rock." You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's crazy that he would have to be Dwayne Johnson in the first place. But,
Well, Vince gets
it's
a cut of that money.
yeah, for sure. Well, like that too, man. You would think that'd be just another reason to attach the name The Rock. But anyways, you know what I'm saying?
You're
Fucking The
right.
Rock
See,
having
Hairline
The
always
Rock.
knows.
Right. Yeah. But like, okay, so The Rock having his people up in there, you know what I'm saying? Like, got his homie hooked him up and got him his name and all that, you know? So like, fuck yeah, congrats to The Rock. Fucking great mastermind in there, bud, you know? And then, like the whole Netflix thing. That sucks it won't be on Mondays, but as long as it's still airing once a week, you know what I'm saying? To be honest, for the podcast and all that, it's like I'm never watching the shit live for the most part.
I try to now all the time. I try and watch it live and whatnot as much as I can now. I feel because I just
Oh,
wanted to
yeah.
reinvigorate that feeling, bro. Like, I just that live shit, anything can happen,
You're like tweeting though, right?
Yeah, I try to live
Yeah.
tweet too, man. I really do try to do that. So yeah, man. So The Rock, man, he's put on the board of directors for TKO Company. Brilliant move and representation. I just wrote, I literally told you motherfuckers this was happening, and Rock's gonna do a run in, and he'll be a part of WrestleMania if he comes out, but he's gonna fight Roman. That shit's happening at some point. We'll talk about it with the Rumble, though. I think they might finish the story at this Mania, but we'll talk
I don't
about it
know.
later. Well, here's the thing, Hairline, and you said it. It's the hard times and it's the Dusty, but what people don't remember is Dusty, it took him 3 times to beat Flair for that fucking belt. And Cody only had 1 shot. And if you think about it, Roman's got, and this Netflix deal, make no mistake about it, was made off the backs of The Rock and Roman Reigns' family and Roman Reigns' reign. 100%. But Roman's got Punk, a Seth rematch, Randy Orton in a proper feud. He's got fucking
Right.
yeah, dude. He's got Cody again. He's got just endless matchups right now. LA Knight again. Tell me who don't want to see that? Yeah. So yeah, man. Congrats The Rock. Congrats WWE. Congrats Netflix. Just fucking right when you think Netflix is falling off, bro, they do some crazy shit like this.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
for real, dude.
Makes you go, wow, dude. Yeah, now I'm gonna make sure, like, I'll get rid of some other shit. I'm subscribed to all this bullshit. Netflix, Crave, Prime. Okay, so moving along, the Vince McMahon lawsuit, bruv. We got to get into all this, okay?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Uh,
So I know that we don't need, everybody knows how PWT gets down. I don't got to justify my fucking position. I love Vince as far as he brought pro wrestling to, we just talked about it with the TKO Endeavor shit, Netflix, all of that stuff, man.
well, okay.
He's the guy.
I think
Yeah, go ahead.
our go-to with all this, man, fucking, it's like Dark Side of the Ring. None of this discredits the person's like in-ring legacy and what they achieved. You know what I'm saying?
That's the best
We're
way
not
to talk about it. Dark
yeah,
side. Yeah, that's the best way
right.
to put it. Yeah.
We're not condoning any of this, but like fucking, it's all
Yeah.
because Vince McMahon did these horrible things. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's not like, oh, fuck the WWE and fucking
Yeah, and that's what's going on. Like, people are trying to put shit on like Triple H and smear shit on fucking people. Smear shit. I don't mean to whatever. Apparently, whatever. We're gonna break it down, but it's just that, is Vince a guy that I'd probably ever felt like, hey, I could hang out with this? No, absolutely not. He doesn't like people sneezing and shit, apparently. You know what I mean? Like, I can't hang out with uptight assholes like that. These rich billionaires, I don't know, dude. Everyone's talking about Epstein Island and the list and all this. I'm sure you've seen it around, and it's all gonna leak, and these weird billionaires are doing weird billionaire shit.
For the listeners who don't, though, just nutshell it quick.
Well, just Epstein Island. There's a bunch of fucking, dude, you want me to, come on. I don't want to fucking be in the crosshairs. There's fucking guys. There's fucking guys. We all know. I don't need to say, everyone knows. What do you mean? Come on. I don't need to say it. There's fucking billionaires doing weird shit on fucking islands and shit, or doing weird Vince shit. And I'm not like, do I believe the girl 1,000,000% in this situation? Well, she hasn't released her text and she doesn't want to name people and she's not trying to put them in jail. She just wants her money. And that's facts. So it's just like, okay. So, right. But I'm not discrediting like,
right.
Is her stories true? Like I'll believe it. Vince a crazy weird billionaire. I believe he'll do on ahead. So basically, without jumping the gun, it was just these lawsuits came up. This lady Janet Grant or Miss Grant or whatever, she wants her $3 million that Vince just said fuck it and stopped paying her after he made her sign these NDAs. He paid her like $1 million and then he stopped paying her.
Tony,
And
I'll keep paying. You don't have to worry about it. Jericho, sorry.
But these people need to understand, man, like we can't also do the thing where like, okay, he was paying for sex. So let's not also go into this she wants her money. So clearly she agreed to some things. Now, did he abuse and extend and take advantage? And is she like are people like I hate to do this because I'm gonna get hate from both sides. Because here's Phil being the objective guy, but like, okay, I'm not shaming sex workers, but like, does some of them probably have fucking trauma and fucking
emotional damage
like in their lives, man? Like a lot of these people you hear about in the porn industry, like I'm sure a lot of OnlyFans girls are doing things that are kind of traumatic to them, but they're doing it and just biting on their mouthpiece and doing shit men typically have to do. But in this equal society now, women got to suffer the fucking trauma that men have had to suffer for so long. Welcome to an equal society. And so, you know, like, yeah, is she trapped in like a traumatic cycle? Absolutely. Her brain's all fucked up from this weird shit. She's getting dookied on her head. Yeah, that'll fuck a person up. But what I'm saying is like, you know, they entered into it with some sort of agreements, and then people are trying to be like, oh, Triple H knew about it and Brock Lesnar and this guy and this guy. And it's like, first off, she doesn't name any of those people. And second off, that doesn't mean Triple H was in the room and knew he just knew her as the girl that Vince was paying to fuck. And we don't know how legal or illegal or anything the agreement is between these two adults. And that's all I'm saying. Now, I'm not defending Vince at all. Like, I'm so glad he's far away from WWE. The creative's been better. And we criticize Vince for the same things we criticize Tony Khan. His hands are in too much. He's doing too much. He's just hands-on everything, and it's not good. That's not good for any product. That's not how the best art is ever made, ever. It's always collaboration. And so, yeah, we're not condoning anything, but Vince did all this shit. He became a crazy billionaire. I'm glad he's far away from WWE. And per at Wrestle Talk TV breaking statement from Vince McMahon, well, he stepped off the board. So before I give his statement, Hairline, sorry, your initial reaction, like what were you thinking when you heard all this? I want to read you the text messages and shit, and then I want to give Vince a statement. So what did you make when you heard this news? Like, what was your thoughts and all that shit?
So honestly, I haven't looked super hard into it, and I've been kind of ducking it, and I haven't checked out Corny's review or any of that stuff, just so you could get an authentic reaction out of me. So like,
people tried to get on Corny. People tried to go, oh, Corny's implying. This is what Ringside News said, and I had to cook him on X, at ProWrestleTimes on X. And I had to cook him. And and Ringside News goes, yo, Jim Cornette implies that the girl enjoyed getting shit on her head while sucking dick. And I was just like, dude, no, he didn't. He just said that he said that they were trapped in a cycle, but then Corny said some people do enjoy these sort of things. So like,
yeah,
and it's like they do, and I tweeted it. I was like, "There's people getting pooped on by sultans in Saudi Arabia right now. There's Instagram models getting pooped on right now, OnlyFans girls and shit. Yeah, like you can't literally. So it's like fuck out of here. So, so basically, here I'm gonna go ahead.
Hold on, back to what we said at the start of this. Just because you're saying this is what that is doesn't mean we condone it. You know what I'm saying? Just because we go, people like to get shit on doesn't mean we think it's okay to get shit on. We're just stating facts.
Or it's okay to shit on someone's head who might not be expecting it either. We should clear that up.
Yeah, honestly, can you tell me what happened here? Because I'm not super educated on the shitting. So like it was Laurinaitis, right?
Well, I have text messages for you. So basically, the sex trafficking, they're all saying sex trafficking because Vince was saying he was texting who everybody presumes is Brock Lesnar and saying, hey, if you re-sign, part of your deal is you get to fuck this whore, and was like sending him pictures. And then apparently Brock was like, get a video of you peeing, and then she did it or something. They don't say who it was. They just say it's a former UFC heavyweight champion that the WWE was trying to re-sign. And so, but that boils it down to Daniel Cormier, Brock Lesnar, and Cain Velasquez. In my book, that is MMA Mark here. But yeah, Brock, it's probably him. So, but
any three of those are good.
Yeah, she doesn't name them though. So, and then Laurinaitis is in it because, you know, he'd be like, Laurinaitis wants to fuck you. He lands at this time, meet at this motel, da-da-da. And then she'd fuck Laurinaitis too. And she would get like fucking 20K worth of gift cards and shit dropped off to her office. And she was making like $1 million a year. And fucking, he was paying her $3 million to sign these NDAs when it was all gonna leak. He agreed to give her $3 million if she signed NDAs. So she's only suing for the money because he breached the NDA. He just stopped paying her. So it's really Vince's bad, dude. He's being an idiot.
Damn.
He's just too old and fucking full of power, full of his own shit.
Not really though.
Hairline, do you want to read these texts that are leaked? These are Vince McMahon's actual texts.
Absolutely.
Oh boy. Okay. So following so this is whatever. This is the legal documents. Following the threesome on May 11, 2020, McMahon sent an explicit message to Miss Grant that further detailed his fantasies of seeing her engaged in sexual relations. So this is in 2020 a text from Vince. Yeah, I love it. That's you, Janelle. You just can't get enough, can you? In the future, it's going to be so bad that you'll demand to be fucked twice a day and not just with blanked out name in a three-way. Why not let others see that beautiful, voluptuous body and watch you shake uncontrollably when you come? Ha ha! They'll go out of their minds. Yeah. Then I'll find more friends and we'll tie you up. So you're helpless. I don't mean to laugh. So you're helpless. I'll direct them to have their way any way they want. Who can make you scream the loudest? But he typoed and it's screen. Who can make you scream the loudest? Maybe I'll just line them up and have them squirt in your mouth. Your pussy and all over your tits and ass. All at the same time, pal. You'll be covered in cum and we'll make you eat it all and taste everybody's cum. The next morning, you'll be a little sore, but you're still going to want more. After all that fucking over, it just goes on, bro. Like, this guy's simping in the DMs. Like, who texts this?
Thanks.
Don't text this stuff, guys. Fellas, let me give you one too. Don't text all. You just say this to your girl, you know? You don't text all this shit.
Yeah, it's how horny was he, Doug? And just worked up that, like.
So we continue. Yeah. It goes after the threesomes began, McMahon became more sadistic and his fantasies focused on control, such as choking, sensory depth, all this shit. And he goes, reply, your last picture. You need your panties ripped off and 3 big black dicks. All 3. Shelton Benjamin. Did we fire you? Are you still with the company? Get Bobby Lashley in here and Lana.
Get Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits in here. Yeah, we'll take turns and then you're going to taste all their cum.
Stop, bro. And he just goes on like, we're going to get pulled off YouTube because I can't say all this shit. But he's talking about black guys banging her, and then he goes into saying, and then so this is where it gets like really criminal as Vince starts going.
Almost get in here.
So he goes, I just passed my oh dude, this is so bad. He goes, I just passed my phone around to a bunch of guys on the tech crew. They were screaming. I don't mean to laugh, but like, what a fucking she doesn't show her text, these could be real, but I don't know.
Ass guys.
Oh my God, she's fucking beautiful. Look at that ass. I'd like to get that. I paused to count out loud how many guys there were. 12. I then said, okay, there's 12 of you, and she would love to fuck each and every one of you at the same time in a steel cage match. In Hell in a Cell. Oh, I'm so sorry, lady, whoever you are. They better give you every dime. They better give you every goddamn dime, and I'm so glad Vince is gone. And I'm so sorry I'm making light of this, but it's really fucked up. I can't really, like, this is really fucking weird, you know? I couldn't imagine this happening to, like, a relative or something. I'd be really mad, you know? But it's
a weird kink.
It's a podcast here, yeah, and you were getting paid, and we gotta do what it is. But he goes on and on, just on your knees, and I love cum, and he's psychotic. So, and then here's one text she did share. So this is sketchy too, because like, well, why did you share just this one? You're being sketchy. But it's still like he's just above and beyond. But apparently Vince shit on her head while she was like sucking a dude's dick. We're probably getting pulled off YouTube for this, guys. I'm so sorry. Rumble, check us out on Rumble. Pro Wrestle Times on Rumble. So, but he goes, exactly, baby. So this is the last one that makes it weird and criminal, I guess. He goes, exactly, baby. He's not the only one. Blank called me this afternoon begging you to eat you and fuck you with his nice, in brackets, and hard dick. So he's tweeting like a Joshi Reddit wrestler mark. Ooh, my dick is so hard. Waifu, come here. and then the lady responds and she goes, give me another week, baby, and I'll be ready. I'm feeling more like myself. It's not great, but it's getting better. Tell him soon. So that makes it seem like she was injured or something. And I don't know.
Because of all the pounding from the...
And then he goes, I already told him, baby. By the way, Johnny wants Tuesdays, but he's not this coming one and the occasional Saturday, but maybe I can shift it to Thursday nights. In brackets, Johnny would like all of the above. He's a fucking Joshi hentai porn mark. Dude, your thoughts on all of that, and then we'll give Vince a statement on this. Your thoughts on him just being a fucking pussy pest, man.
Just what a weird fucking kink, man. Like, so like for Vince to come, he has to have him and the boys in the room dominating women, you know, and like.
But do you believe Brock was in on this? Like, he's married to Sable. He's got daughters. Like, you think he was in on this poop? So you think, like, how many guys do you know likes poop? So you think Vince like shits on his head and then Brock is just down to like be in on it while there's.
I don't. God.
You know, that's what I mean. Like, really put yourself in those shoes. Like, I couldn't.
Was it for sure Brock? Like Brock's
they're like, bro, like you piece it together and it's pretty much him. Like Brock was renegotiating at that time, and then he almost walked out when they were going to kick him off the board around then, and then he couldn't make it to one of these events he's supposed to show up that Brock was reported to be at but didn't show up. It was like a Survivor Series, but he was snowed in, and he lives fucking in Saskatchewan, so he fucking was snowed in. You know what I mean? So what do you think of all that? Like, you think Brock is down with hooking up was just some random paralegal that Vince is shitting on her head and shit? See, that's crazy to me. That's all just like
rock star shit. You know what I'm saying, man? And like, what crazy shit is?
But Brock doesn't like rocks. He doesn't like getting pictures taken. He lives out in a farm in the middle of nowhere. Why the fuck does he want to be?
Because he likes to come.
Just power shit though. Like, what do you mean? I don't get it.
Yeah,
do you think? So here's the real question: do you think he shitted on Sable's head ever?
What I wanted to ask you is,
we know. I think Xbox shit in her bag before. Sorry, what were you gonna ask me?
Jesus, yeah, he did. What kind of crazy shit has Linda been through?
Oh, she's just a politician's wife, bro. She's just one of those ladies who's just.
You know what I'm saying? But like Vince, like, let me make your whole body shake, Linda.
Yeah. You better start shaking, bitch, or else you're fired.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh my god. So with that being said, here I got a couple things that I bookmarked. Vince's statement here, so we'll just read people's statements here. So a breaking statement, this is via at Wrestle Talk TV. I stand by my prior statement that Miss Grant's lawsuit is replete with lies, obscene made-up instances that never occurred, and is a vindictive distortion of the truth. I intend to vigorously defend myself against these baseless accusations, and pal, I look forward to clearing my name. However, Out of respect for the WWE Universe, the extraordinary TKO business and its board members and shareholders, partners, and constituents, and all of the employees and superstars who've helped make WWE into the global blah blah. He's stepping down from TKO immediately. Nick Khan follows up and goes, okay, I want to inform you that Vince McMahon has tendered his resignation from his position as TKO executive chairman and on the TKO board of directors. He will no longer have a role with TKO Group Holdings or WWE. So he's out. They got rid of him. They eliminated him from the WWE.com page. I got some more bookmarks here.
That's crazy, man.
Okay, so Brandon Thurston said, can confirm Vince McMahon has resigned from his role as executive chairman. He resigned. It's confirmed, blah, 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 blah. So your thoughts on, like, Vince is completely done and gone from the WWE, and they've just eliminated him. They're going to Chris Benoit him for a while. But a lot of people said that's what Vince always wanted. Like, he doesn't like when people bring him up at Hall of Fame speeches, etc. Right. Your thoughts on all that?
I'm gone 48 hours and they start bringing these TNA people around. What is this? Oh,
who the fuck are these jobbers? I've never. The Juggernaut. Yeah, I like that. I think I invented that. Yeah, I came up with that when she came in. I called her the Juggernaut. Yeah, you're the Juggernaut. Get her a helmet. Get her a helmet.
Muscles.
Get her a helmet. She's gonna fight Professor Xavier in a steel cage. Sorry, go ahead. Your thoughts?
It's a lot.
Because we're Vince boys, man. Well, it's not just Vince boys, but we're WWE boys. We're WCW. Like, if WCW is still around too, I'd be like, I am a Bischoff mark to this day. But sorry, you go ahead. Like, it's hard because it's Vince, but we got to let him go. Like Chris Benoit, you got to just kind of let him go. Not erase him from history entirely, because she agreed and had money, but
it is unfortunate that girl went through everything she went through, but clearly it was worth the money. She's just like it. That seems to be where the fuck up was. You know what I'm saying? She was like, I'm down to get gangbanged and railed by all these wrestlers if you fucking keep giving me all these gift cards and all this stupid fucking materialistic shit.
But he also could have pushed the limits with her that she wasn't comfortable with in the moment, but didn't say shit because it's hard when there's like a billion.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, for sure. Like,
yeah, it's hard.
Especially men of power. Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, women definitely don't.
And that's
speak up.
That's what.
Sure.
Yeah, so that's what Kylie Ray tweeted out too. She said, "Yo, there's a problem with men in power." So, Hairline,
right.
Your thoughts on Vince, and then
no, this place is safe.
But wait, though,
it's nothing to do with men in power.
Whatever you have left to say about Vince, give me that, and then also give me your thoughts on Chris Jericho's situation with.
What shit you want to? Yeah, exactly. Let's pivot. Again, crazy. We live to see the day of Vince McMahon, like, crumbling, but. Oh God, dude, I think it's so weird to even say this. Couldn't we say this is like almost peak WWE, at the moment? Yep. And he's nowhere like near it, so
it's a good thing. Things change.
Right.
Times they are a changing. Hairline. So it's crazy he's gone, man, but what do you think, like, okay, when it comes to like fucking Chris Jericho and shit? So the reason I bring that up is because I didn't mean to switch it up on you like that, but it's just like, okay, so Jericho liked this tweet. That's the Chokeslam Wrestling Report podcast.
God, what a dummy.
Are we gonna start?
What's that podcast name?
The wrestling. Just kidding. But they say, I want to see the same energy on Brock Lesnar and Vince. Brock Lesnar was never named, you cuck. And Vince McMahon, the same way everyone jumped on Chris Jericho and the bogus Nick Hausman report. This is a black eye on TKO and WWE. 2 days before the Rumble. This is the same thing that happened to AEW a day before World's End. No, here's the difference. Kylie Ray was sending hearts and even just tweeted out, she said, there's a problem with men in power in wrestling that needs to be addressed. That's what she tweeted out like yesterday. And the fucking problem is that Chris Jericho liked this tweet after his accusations that they made Kylie Ray send out or sign fucking NDAs as well. And Vince is in trouble for making a girl sign NDAs as well. So what's up here? Like, Jericho, why are you liking tweets like this? And then he unliked it, Hairline. So what do you make of that? You know what I mean? And then these people going, I want the same energy on Brock and Vince. Well, yeah,
Okay,
maybe for
so-
Vince, but Brock, he wasn't named. So I don't even want to hear heat on Triple H or anyone who weren't named. Sorry, go ahead.
Here's the first initial thing I want to say. Watching the press scrums for both shows, Triple H did address that. You know what I'm saying? He said
We'll get
there
into
is a
that.
dark cloud.
I want to
Well, no,
react
hold
to
on.
that.
This is
Yeah.
what I want to say though.
Yeah,
Fucking Triple H said there's a dark cloud over WWE right now, but we're doing so good right now, so I don't want to address it. He was all like, but those things did happen. To where when Tony Khan went to go address any of that, he went, none of that. No, this place is great. You know,
You're right,
so,
dude.
like,
Dude, I love it. I love it. Hairline, you always have the best angles. You're exactly right. Let me just reiterate what Hairline said. He said that fucking Tony Khan went out and went, no, everything's great. And Triple H said, no, shit ain't great. But I didn't read the lawsuit, and we're all finding about it in real time with you. And I just want to focus on the positives. But Tony
Right.
went out and said, oh, no, we're the safest wrestling company in history.
Yeah, no, we're super safe, but I'm finding out that Kenny Omega's injured on Twitter.
It's a great distinction you just pointed out there, my friend. A great distinction.
Boom.
Boom. Yeah. And then so now Dave Meltzer. So this won't be an official one, but this is a part of it. We have to play the second Dave Meltzer fucking dumb of the week.
Fuck yeah.
So Dave Meltzer tweets out, and this is in regards to the press conference. Now we'll talk about the press conference later and give our thoughts, but this is just like what Dave Meltzer's talking about. He tweets out, your father-in-law was just accused of sex trafficking and rape. Everyone knows how much I personally like Paul, but this was bad. The most powerful man in the history of the business was just removed in disgrace. This was really bad.
I love that he admits that Vince is the most powerful man in the business.
But like, dude, he just fucking like, that was really bad. What was bad? Triple H said, I don't want to focus on the negative. Triple H voted to get Vince off the board immediately, and Stephanie left the company when this sort of shit came to light. That's how bad that's how bad Steph and Triple H wanted Vince the fuck away from the company. Because once the shit came to light, they knew how fucked up it was. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't understand these double standards. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it bad when Tony doesn't like address shit then? Or
no, they just want to play that game. And here's what I'll say. We've been equally as critical here on the show and on X. There are some people simping and being like, oh, Vince, blah, 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 blah. But no, man, we're equally as critical. Like, Triple H addressed it as best he could in that moment. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, softball questions. Nah. John Alba tweeted out, let's also put two things to bed, definitively, by the way. One, tough questions can and will be asked in pro wrestling press conferences. They can be asked and answered professionally. And two, WWE does not vet or censor questions beforehand. Their PR team was great this weekend. And he loves AEW. So right there, bro. That's all I'm saying. This isn't like some softball bullshit ass question. Triple H addressed it correctly. You go ahead.
No, dude, for sure. I agree with that. Triple H fucking handled it properly. Tony Khan ducks that shit.
What did you want him to say? It's really that Vince,
I can't believe Vince did it.
pooped on her head. Like what the fuck do you?
No, that's AEW shit. Like I said,
that's what I
man,
mean. Like
that was my biggest problem. Is like, so we're up there. You know what I'm saying? Fucking Giulia Hart's talking about her first time winning a title, but we're talking about Chris Jericho doing this.
Tony should have took in that moment. Tony should have took his hat and his glasses off and went, I want you to understand how seriously I take this. At the end of the night, I will have questions that you can ask me and I'll be here. But for right now, I'd like to focus on Giulia Hart and her tremendous title defense tonight. Like, that's how you handle it, like a boss. They fucking handled it like bouses. I don't know what you guys wanted anyone to say. Oh, I don't like that my father-in-law had people dookie on heads or whatever. What the fuck do you want him to say?
Well, like, that's the whole thing. It's like, what was he talking about, like, before that question? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, yeah, we just got this huge Netflix deal. Oh, Vince pooping on people.
Yeah. Well, I do applaud the reporters for asking the people who did ask. I do appreciate them. They're being honest. They're doing what journalism's supposed to be. But notice those aren't. But listen, those aren't Meltzer and Sapp asking those questions. It's like the Hausmans and shit. It's the guys who take the heat because they really put their fucking necks out there to get the real answers. So I don't know. I applaud those guys.
You are completely right. I agree with you.
Yeah.
I just wish that same standard would be held to Tony Khan. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Some people feel the other way. They feel that Tony Khan wasn't held to the same standard, like Triple H, pardon me, wasn't held to the same standard as Tony Khan.
Yeah, okay.
Tony got grilled, but he opens himself up to that. WWE's like, no, you got 5 minutes with Trips, you got 5 minutes with Cody, you got 5 minutes with Bailey. We'll talk about all that later.
Tony wants to hang out. Yeah.
To wrap this up with a bow, though, man, you're so Vince is gone, and it's a sad day, but it's also like you agree, though, like it's good, man. Creatively, he needs to get the fuck out, and it's just
right.
It's that time. He's 90 or whatever. Just get him the fuck out. He's weird and creepy and billionaire, fucking doing weird billionaire island shit. You know what the fuck you doing? Hotel weird island shit? I don't know.
I made a poop on her.
Yeah, poop on
My
her.
God, I love when she shakes.
Okay. Yeah, let's run the ad. Let's run the ad break. What's happening, Pro Wrestle Times listeners? It's your boy Phil Marks here, and I just wanted to take 1 second of your time to tell you about our partnership and affiliation with WWE Shop and Fanatics. That's right, folks. Pro Wrestle Times PWT is officially partnered with WWE Shop and Fanatics. Now, if you'd like to support the show, check out the link below and get your favorite WWE superstar merch, tees, caps, hoodies, and so much more with WWE Shop through Pro Wrestle Times' special affiliate link below. Use that, and it's a great way to support the podcast. It's a great way to support your favorite WWE superstar, and it's a great way to support your drip. Those CM Punk hoodies, man, come on. Valentine's Day is right around the corner, and maybe your significant other is a mark like me and wants that new LA Knight tee. Yeah. Head to WWE Shop right now using PWT's special affiliate link below and get you some now. Back to the show. Kevin Patrick, Hairline. Have you heard any news about Kevin Patrick lately in the WWE?
No.
Did you watch this past SmackDown, my friend?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I could not see you there for a second. I have my desktop on.
Yeah.
Kevin Patrick was not on commentary. Do you know why?
Oh, no. Yeah, I guess honestly, I didn't even notice. What the fuck?
Yeah, it was Michael Cole Graves. Do you know why?
No, why is this?
Because Kevin Patrick was removed from the commentary team, and then everyone was like, oh shit, yes. And then all of a sudden they announced that WWE released Kevin Patrick. And I feel fucking horrible, dude, because I was always harping on this show. Like I don't feel him, but I always said he should be a goofy backstage guy. I don't know. What are your thoughts on it? You know, like I don't think they should have released him, but I don't like him on commentary, but goddamn, he got fired. But what did we expect, right? So, yeah.
Right before a pay-per-view too, man. Holy shit.
What do you think?
Did he do anything, or was it just a sudden like,
Get him out of here.
He's just shitty, bro. He was just shitty on commentary. Like I was trying to be like, Kevin, KP's okay, but you know, dude, I was never big on KP.
He tried.
He tried. Definitely tried.
I've seen people do way worse, but yeah, whatever. I guess good try, Kevin. You know, fucking.
And let's give him we got to give him a round of applause because it's just not. I said it a million times. I said, just call Vic Joseph up and send Kevin Patrick down.
Show the WWE you really want to be a commentator.
Put him with Book. Let him have fun and loosen up a bit. I just felt like he was too uptight. I'm so uptight. I'm Kevin Patrick. And this is Michael Cole and you're on SmackDown. Just felt too like, all right, relax, have fun. You hear how much fun? Well, we'll talk about it at the Rumble, but like, goddamn. You hear how much fun they were having on commentary at the Rumble? Goddamn.
Yeah, that was amazing.
So, Hairline, are you a video game guy? I know you like to game. What have you been playing lately?
Diablo 4 and then the Call of Duty Zombies.
Fuck yes. I like that. Have you seen, let me share my screen with you, my good friend. Have you seen the this trailer right here for WWE 2K24?
Cody Rhodes suffered a nightmare tonight.
I think this is how my story ends.
Roman Reigns has done it again.
This is the story of legacy.
Look at the power of Belair.
I got the EST
I'll rip the pages out of your story.
The irresistible force meeting the immovable object. My story started at the very beginning, brother. My story's full of ass whooping.
That was my favorite match.
I'll end your story.
This story's not finished.
Did the ref just RKO a motherfucker, bro? Superstar Billy Graham, Dusty Rhodes, Dashing Cody, and Stardust are the bonus pre-order characters. Hairline out of 10. I'm buying that shit. Right there. That shit is lit, bro. And Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, the other cover stars. Then you got this beautiful 40 years of WrestleMania poster, which my shit is not loading. Whatever. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It has all of the everything. Your thoughts, man. What do you think about this game? Are you copying this?
I can't wait to fucking kill people with Drew McIntyre. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Dude, look at this beautiful poster. You got fucking Roman, you got Becky, you got Charlotte over here, and then she's sharing the side with Bianca. And then you got HBK and Triple H down here, like Triple H not being a mark for themselves, like just putting them a little tiny in the corner. And then you got John Cena, Bret Hart, Rocky, Taker, Lesnar, and then you got Hogan, Austin, Andre. Beautiful. I mean, it's like, oh, could you put Ric Flair for WWE? Nah,
Nope.
you know, I'm cool with him not being there,
No.
but his daughter's right there, and that's what's important. His daughter's right there representing.
He's drinking his fucking mushroom energy drinks and chopping fucking Hobbs.
And what does it say? And what does it say about Charlotte and Bianca and Becky to be on this cover for 40 years of WrestleMania? And especially Bianca Belair, who, although she had a long title run, like she hasn't had that Super Cena run. Everyone's like, she's going to be Cena. She still isn't quite there yet, but she's going to be there one day. You can tell they still are investing in that. So, yeah, great stuff all around. I just love this.
Someone's really behind Bianca.
No, she's won me way over. When she started getting serious and being kind of heel, man, like this Rumble. Oh, wow. We're going to talk about it. This Rumble, man. I just wanted to react to WWE 2K24. I'm buying the fuck out of that, and I'm going to draft against Hairline. And we're gonna duke it the fuck out. We're gonna do it, bro.
Yeah,
we are gonna.
We both have Xbox.
Yeah, dude, and we gotta. Yeah, I mean, it's coming. That trailer got me hyped. I don't think that reminded me when I was like a kid, and I saw like the Here Comes the Pain trailer. I was like, yeah, this game's hitting it. So the WWE Royal Rumble results. Dude, what I loved about this card was they only had fucking 4 goddamn matches. So
right. Epic.
But it did go pretty long, like not pretty long, kind of long.
No, it did.
Yeah, and it was just like it didn't even need to be, you know, they could have even left like the Logan Paul match off this shit, but obviously, like, you know why they have Logan Paul at the Royal Rumble. So they kick things off, and they were in Florida, right? They were in St. Petersburg, which was Dusty's territory way back when.
Right.
And
crazy.
So, Daddy. The WWE Women's 2024 Royal Rumble. To me, this match stole the whole entire show, the entire Royal Rumble card. This was the match of the night. Yeah, I just feel like all the women, and like, dude, to me, the women's Rumbles are like, and I'm not trying to be like, oh, women's wrestling. So I'm totally not that way. Everyone knows that, but especially the way I put over some of these ladies, especially some of the women who were in this goddamn match, like Juggernaut Jordynne Grace and Naomi, Trinity Fatu. But dude, the women's Royal Rumble, I thought this shit stole the night. So it kicks off, Natalya comes out, and then Naomi, who is just the former TNA Knockouts champion, who dropped the title like a week ago and then had a rematch where she lost like a few days ago, to where she shook hands with Jordynne Grace, and I went, oh, they might even team up and do some shit. Like, it was still left open. Boom. Naomi, being called Naomi, not Trinity Fatu, is back in WWE, comes out at number 2, Hairline. Your thoughts on Naomi coming in at number 2 and getting a huge ovation?
So, as a Impact fan, a TNA fan,
Yes, sir.
phenomenal. Yeah, fucking awesome, bro. I feel like fucking okay, so two things here. It was dope to see Trinity finally get her flowers. And I think ultimately, like what they're showing here is all like, hey, Trinity, fucking look how we put you over. Like, this is what we're gonna do for Sasha as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we're doing this for Trinity, imagine what we'll do for you for Sasha, you know?
Right. And what we'll get into it a bit more later because people bring up the working relationship with TNA, but I feel like the fans sort of willed that into existence on one of them. I was like, yes, there'll be a working relationship, but TNA teamed up with Endeavor's streaming service. Endeavor owns the WWE and TNA's, so they're giving them a chance here, and so people were speculating, oh, there could be some sort of working agreement, and I don't know. Either way, I think Naomi's contract was up regardless, but she had a tremendous run in TNA. And you obviously were keeping up with it, man. Like her last couple of matches with Jordynne Grace. And I don't know, man. She elevated that company. Nick Nemeth shows up there. They're on fire. And I said it. If a talent is like, oh, whatever, leave, go to TNA for 8 months, a year, help elevate their shit, and then come back to WWE. And it's better than being, quote, sent down to NXT. Trust me, Trinity just proved it. She elevated TNA while also she comes into the Rumble and the whole fucking crowd knows what's up. So anyways, Bayley comes out at number 3. So Naomi and Bayley are our fucking iron women here. Like they grinded it, right? Candice comes out, gets 0 reaction. Jordynne Grace comes out, gets a fucking big reaction. And I think some of it from the mainstream and the casual and the WWE fan, yes, they were smart, a lot of them, obviously, right? Like they were popping for Naomi, but Naomi did return. But then we saw later in the Rumble, Jordynne Grace, the juggernaut, and Naomi had a stare down, and the crowd applauded and they understood it for the most part, which shows you how fucking hot TNA is getting. And on this show, TNA and AEW get compared now fully in the new year. WWE's on its own plateau, and then it's TNA versus AEW. And we're gonna will that. But Jordynne Grace, man, comes out with the Knockouts title, and even when Vince was in charge, Michael Cole called the TNA title when Mickie James came into the Rumble. It was called the Impact Women's title. He wouldn't even call it a knockout. But Michael Cole called it the TNA Knockouts champion. She brought it up multiple times. And Jordynne Grace, to me, stole the Rumble. Her performance, bro, they got her over. So, fucking Triple H is like, yeah, we're going to sign Jordynne Grace. Because, dude, she shined, bro. She skinned the cat. I think she eliminated people. Maybe no. Look at how brilliant they booked her. I'm looking at the list right now. This is how brilliant WWE booked her. She didn't eliminate one person, but she looked brilliant in spots with Bianca Belair. And fucking, dude, she ate that KOD on the apron. They murdered her on television to make Bianca look like $10 million after Jordan skinned the cat and did the muscle spot and had the handshake with Trinity. Oh, bro, she didn't eliminate one person, was one of the most memorable people in the Rumble. That's booking. Go ahead.
And that's like one of the biggest things for WWE is like how good can you make their stars look? Like that's what they're interested in. Like, do we want to work with Jordynne again? Like, how good did she make fucking Bianca look? So nailed it,
dude. And it's just like down the line. Well, we'll talk about it, but it's just like TNA. Hey, this girl needs to cool off a bit. We'll send her down there. You send us fucking. Whoever, Jordynne, whoever, right? We'll make Masha, Masha come in, it's open. The door's open. I don't know. I love it. Anyways, so Indy Hartwell comes out, who no one really cared. Asuka comes out. Everyone's popping. Ivy Nile, no one gives a shit. Katana Chance, no one gave a shit. I gave a shit. Former tag champ, I gave a shit. What? You're mad at fucking Indy Hartwell? No one cares. You want the way back together? You want the way back together? Bianca comes out. You like Indy and Candice or what? Like that's your team.
Yeah, dog the way, bro. Fucking one day they're gonna get back together with fucking with
They tried all
Gargano.
that, and the crowd went, puh.
No, but with Theory, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
classic.
Like heels though, if they just healed with Theory, ooh, I'd
No,
be
but
okay.
I'm saying like Theory's going to be babyface, and he's going to be
Oh,
back with them and like that's going to be the very last of it. I'm telling you.
yeah, one
We'll,
day.
we'll
You're
talk about
probably
this
right. No,
later.
you're probably right. You're absolutely right. But what I did like, and I did write down that I like that they have so many girls there who are valid, like Candice LeRae shit, who are there to just do jobs. And what I mean by that is later in the Rumble, there was multiple people who did spots to Zelina and that other girl and the other girl at the same time. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like two girls did spots where they picked up Zelina and who the fuck was it, like at the same time, and like did moves to them, you know? And it was like, you guys are just there to bump for everybody, and it's good
Yeah,
that
enhancement talent.
yeah, it's good that WWE has that. But so Bianca comes out, Kairi Sane comes out, Tegan Knox comes out, Kaden Carter comes out, she does her little dance and then runs to the ring. Chelsea Green comes out, gets a huge pop, and she's just, I don't know, she's just such a star, dude. Like she's WWE to the max.
So in my notes here, that's like one of the things I wanted to talk about is like how good fucking Chelsea Green did in this. Like, man, like just the little things with like the facial she would make after she got like stomped on, and like she just like kept getting squashed, and just I don't know, man. It's almost like an R-Truth element. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she's so good, and just to see like her getting fired a couple times or whatever, and then coming back both times, man, and just
Hot mess.
yeah, she's
I
just
think
there.
her and fucking Dewdrop have really got some great chemistry now,
Dude,
too.
and
So-
Dewdrop was so good in this Rumble. We're calling her Dewdrop. Niven was so good in this Rumble, dog. And this is who, so Zelina Vega, she was just doing bumps. It was her and the other girl were just taking double team bumps, two of them, like multiple times. I'd have to rewatch it, but Xia Li comes out, and here was the one thing with Xia Li. I can't remember the whole order it goes in, but she comes in, she's in there for a while, she gets eliminated, and then like 10 minutes later, she's still there to catch, I can't remember who, on a big bump, and it was like, why the fuck are you still even outside of the ring? Like, she didn't even get devastated. But Nia Jax, maybe she was just selling for Nia Jax because Nia Jax did eliminate her. But so Zelina Vega comes out. She gets a good little pop. Her little entrance thing's botching up. Maxine comes out. The whole crowd's going, thank you. You know, she's over his shit. Nia Jax comes out. It's killing everybody. She just starts throwing bitches over, you know? Shotzi came out with a tank, and I don't know. Shotzi. Becky Lynch, who I thought was going to win. I thought either Becky or Bianca were going to win that shit. She doesn't win, but she comes out and she is whooping ass. You know, obviously she's the man. She's whooping ass. And then Alba Fire comes out. Her tag partner, who's a fucking dime. She doesn't
It's
even,
unreal, dude.
she's not even in the match. No.
She capitalized her fucking 5 seconds on screen. You know what I'm saying?
Dude.
Like she's a star.
Whoa. And
Yeah.
I guess the other girl's the wrestler. I don't know, because she was okay in there, but the women's rumbles are always like, oh, come out, get your moves in, and then that's kind of all the rumbles, I guess. But she fucking, this women's rumble stole the whole show for me, because while I'm naming all these names, Jordynne Grace is like skinning the cat and then like pressing people and throwing bitches, and then Jordynne Grace is selling her ass off for people too. Dude, she's selling like, oh my god, like she's like should be in the WWE. Period. She has the handshake spot with Naomi. The whole crowd's crying, popping. You know, what were your thoughts on that? Like, were you pumped for TNA? The crowd was chanting TNA.
Bro,
like, let's work together.
I was so geeked. I was like,
geeked,
yes, fucking you fucked up, Tony.
Dude.
This could have been you, Doug, but nope. Fucking the kill shot. WWE acknowledging TNA.
Like on a big weird, like even when they did it with Mickey,
So-
it was the Impact Women's chant. Like, not, they wouldn't even call them knockouts, but no, here they're like, no, it's the TNA knockouts. This is the best of the best, is Jordynne Grace, who is, and she's wearing TNA colors, the red and yellow. And by the way, smart, she's been wearing that shit on TV for the last like week or two, And then she goes on the
Right.
Royal Rumble wearing that shit. Hey, dummies. Jesus.
Yeah. My initial thought to this whole TNA thing too, I was all like, yes, Triple H is on fucking something. And something will be in NXT soon, god damn it.
Oh, yes, dude, Jake something. And that's what I mean, bro. Like, you can rotate people. You can have a little working relationship. Doesn't mean. And this is why WWE booked it so smart, too. Because Jordynne just shined for like a huge chunk of the Rumble. And then she got tossed out. And then the main ladies in WWE that they're going to focus on in their future, near future, including Jade Gargill, who we're about to get to, they focused on them for the latter half of the Rumble, and that's what made it so goddamn good.
Right.
Dude, you had fucking shot where are we? So Baszler comes out, she's fucking people up, but Nia Jax is tossing ladies out. So Valhalla comes out, Michin, she's great. Michin's been stepping up, man. So she's unreal. Zoe Stark, I still don't care. Roxanne Perez, okay, good call up. Tiffy Time came out too. Where was that? Yeah, that actually wasn't yet. So Roxanne comes out, Cargill comes out, the place erupts.
Fuck
She's
yes.
a star. WWE, man, made her into a star already. And I saw some cope tweeting. Someone went, if they weren't stars, why did they use their AEW presentation talking about Cody and Jade? And it's like, well, Cody's presentation was from before AEW. And Jade, dude, it's because it's exactly that. AEW didn't turn her presentation into a star, and WWE just did it. They just showed them how to do it right there. So
right.
It's like, that's why, you guys fucked up. So yeah, dude, and she just shined. Who did she throw out? She threw out Nia Jax, and it was the only person she threw out. And it was brilliantly booked, man, how she just picked her up, flexed, overpowered her, scooped her up, tossed her out. They instantly made her, even if they put her in NXT from here, they just made her like an indomitable force, like a star more than she is. They're just they're not just fucking jerking off all over the place. They're slowly letting it build up, dude. Till you get that money shot with her, dude. So what are your thoughts on Jade in this fucking Rumble? And Tiffy, who had a good show, Roxanne Perez, NXT ladies, your thoughts?
The biggest thing I want to point out with like the whole Nia Jax thing is like Nia fucking destroyed so many people.
Everyone.
And it was just to like put over Jade. You know what I'm saying? So it was again another example of Triple H showing people like how he'll put people over if they're willing to come back and
just like putting fucking Nia over so hard, and then just Jade even harder, but she got the right pops and everyone's on the same wavelength. Like, yes, it's just great booking.
Plus, fuck yeah, dude, Tiffy Time forever done. I was so fucking geeked. That was like one of the highlights of the night for me.
And she was great, just selling, just doing her thing. And then obviously the all-star performance. Bailey, bro. So I know you're so hyped. She came in at number 3, the Iron Woman. What do you think, man? She deserves it. The whole crowd. There's a picture of the whole crowd pointing at the fucking WrestleMania sign with her, and the crowd popped because we all love Bailey deep down. Even when I'm like, I'm not feeling Damage Control, like, you can't deny, like, I've said it a million times. No, she's a great wrestler. She's great on the stick. I'm just not into what they're doing with her. But this whole dissension and her leaving the fucking Damage Control and her winning the Rumble, no one deserves it more than her, dude. Bailey, if you think about grind time. So your thoughts, man.
Man, it's about time Bailey gets her flowers like this too as well. So I called it, you know what I'm saying? I was talking to my buddy through the fucking messenger and whatnot. And he was like, oh, who do you got? I was like, oh, Bailey for sure. And I was like, fuck yeah. Called that shit anyways. Now that I put myself over.
You got to.
It's just
you got to, brother.
Yeah. Bailey deserves this shit, man. And then what's your initial thoughts here? She's gonna go after fucking her own faction or Rhea, or what are you thinking?
I think they'll do her and Io because that will bring like the eyeballs and the Bailey's going after Io. Not to say like Io's not a draw, but it's like that faction that's like a draw for them, and Bailey and Asuka and shit being a part of it. So I think they'll do the inner fighting thing, because Rhea can get challenged now by Jade or by, like one of these big body fucking Jordynne Grace. Hey, at WrestleMania, we're going to do the TNA Knockouts champ versus fucking Rhea Ripley for the World Heavyweight champ, and you're going to put Rhea Ripley over.
It looked like they were setting up Rhea versus Becky.
Well, that is what the match is. So that's why I thought Becky was going to win the Rumble and call out Rhea, because and then I thought the infighting between Io and Bailey would happen naturally, but no, they pulled the Batista and Evolution, right? So Bailey wins the contract. Her team hasn't been there for her. They've been slowly ostracizing her. So now she's going to pick Io, and it's the Batista Evolution pop, bro. And she's going to go after Io the way fucking Batista went after Triple H. Boom. So it's brilliant. It is brilliant. But yeah, so then Becky will just like earn her shot at Rhea, which is what they're good. But I was just laying out, like, they have girls who could. There's rumors Camille's coming into NXT. Like, they got fucking options right now,
Huh.
So a great women's Royal Rumble. They stole the whole show, and Bailey deserves it.
Oh yeah, dog. I completely agree.
So moving along, we had the triple threat, the fatal 4-way match. Pardon me. How could I forget? Randy Orton, who's been on fire, AJ Styles, who's been on fire, even though he's like going through a fucking emo phase or whatever he's doing. And then you have what's his face? LA Knight, what's his face? Yeah. I was looking for his button. And then you have Roman Reigns, dude.
Yeah.
The tribal chief. And this match actually banged for me, and I love the finish. It looked like it was botched, but that LA Knight called and fixed it in the moment. So it looked like AJ legit sort of botched off that rope. Like, I think he was actually, because you could see LA just yelling shit behind him right after. And Roman, I don't know, just fucking, and like Roman was saying shit to AJ. You can, if you know, watch that shit again. You can see like LA Knight just barking shit after AJ slipped off the rope. It looked like, because AJ's botched in the past where he sold it brilliantly after. So I think that's what happened, because he fucking botched and then he was selling, and then LA Knight's like yelling shit behind him, and then Roman spears AJ, and then Roman's like talking to fucking AJ. I think he was supposed to like spear him out of the air or something. Maybe I'm talking shit and I'm stupid and I'm a dummy. Yeah. But I liked this match. People on Twitter were like, oh, it wasn't as banging as much. And I'm not just looking at haters. Like, there were people who were WWE fans who were like, yeah, it went downhill after the Women's Rumble. I thought this match was still slapping. And then the big Slim Jim promo for LA Knight. What were your thoughts on this match, man?
It was a super good match. Other than the ending, that the AJ Styles botch kind of pulled me out of it, like, super hard, to be honest.
Okay, yeah. I thought they saved it good, though.
I get what you're saying. Like,
I thought they recovered good. Like,
yeah, right. That's what I was about to put over. Wrestling psychology wise, AJ Styles in the moment handled it correctly. You know what I'm saying? But
what I think is,
okay.
Yeah,
so like,
go ahead.
Far as I'm watching it, you know what I'm saying? It just pulled you out of it watching it get ruined. You know?
Yeah, they had the heat built well, and the fact Roman ate everyone's moves and then was like kicking out and still surviving, I fucking loved that. Or not
Especially
even kicking out, he was like being saved and shit. Like, that's Roman's whole thing.
Yeah.
He's saved and desperate now. You know, I love it. I don't know. The next match, we had the goddamn Kevin Owens versus Logan Paul, but yeah, it ended in disqualification. When, I mean, there was like Goobers running out, the brass knucks Goober. There's fucking, this match was where it went kind of, this is the first Logan Paul match where I kind of just went, well, I don't know, it was okay, but Kevin Owens got DQ'd, or Logan kept his goddamn belt, but Kevin Owens got greased out of a 3 count. Like, I thought the finish was in, and they were going to actually switch the title, because Logan had announced on social media that he's going to wrestle full time, like coming up soon. And so I was like, oh, they're going to switch it on him. But no, like, he kept it because of a weird DQ. Your thoughts on all this? I just thought this is where it went downhill for me.
I don't know, man. I really like the match. And just like, as far as like Logan Paul as a wrestler, he really, like, again, he shows how he gets it, you know, and he does the little things like Like they rode outside of the fucking ring, and he was all like, "Oh, Kevin's arms hurt. I don't care," and like because he was taking the time to taunt and like say that shit, it's like Kevin got the upper hand for a little bit, and it's just like that's classic wrestling shit. So it's just like, my God, this guy's like really applying himself.
Man, I couldn't agree with you more. He gets it. He gets whatever it is. He was born to wrestle. It's one of these weird things. But I mean, I don't know. The match wasn't bad by any means, but I was just kind of zoning out. But then the men's Royal Rumble. Now, there's WWE guys who love WWE, and they're just being marks, being like, fucking, oh, the Rumble wasn't lit, no surprise entrance, no blah, 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 blah.
What do you mean, no surprises?
And it's
Andrade.
Yes, exactly. And it's like, and that's not what Rumbles are
That's
about,
huge.
man. And the no legends. Dude, I don't
Did
want
you know?
I tweeted
Did
out
you-
that Hulk Hogan could have fucking came back in this Rumble because he was teasing it, and Conrad Thompson sort of teased it. And I was like, he could show up in this Rumble, but I don't want to see that. Do you want to see that? Like, who wants to see that? Yeah. So sorry. What were you just about to ask me? Yeah.
Yes, I do want to see Hulk Hogan come back, but I could give a shit less about some fucking home insurance bullshit.
Hairline's gotta take shots.
I don't down my goddamn throat every fucking 5 minutes and like.
Hey, we just run the one ad and it's an affiliate. It's just affiliate with WWE Shop where there's no.
By the way, fucking,
you
guys head over to the link and use that link to get the coolest apparel and whatnot.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
But that's different. You know what I'm saying? That has nothing to do with home insurance being shoved down people's throats
Hairline's
every
gotta
5
be
minutes.
home insurance. Oh my God, this is fucking brilliant.
Just saying.
Man, so this Rumble though I thought this was booked great, and it was great. It wasn't as good as the women's, no. But the whole thing is that they featured their goddamn stars, man. They featured their stars. What are they gonna let MJF show up and win the Rumble at number 30? Dude, they're not doing that. And even if it's like a Batista or a Rock guy, I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're beyond that, where they just let Batista come back and ruin everyone's time. For Daniel Bryan, where they have a plan and they're going to stick to it, and their stars are drawing. So why do they need any other stars when their current roster's drawing and they have more than 30 plus people who can be in this fucking Rumble? And then they gave you Andrade, and they're letting you know that his new gimmick is because, okay, his shit was Andrade Cien Almas in WWE. And then he went to AEW and it was Andrade El Idolo. Now his shit is just Andrade, but his nickname's El Idolo. It's brilliant. He copyrighted that shit too, so he owns it. And yeah, he's back, man, and brilliant. But let's go through it. So Jey Uso comes out. Jimmy Uso comes out. What were your thoughts to that?
That was fucking awesome. It was like fucking, like, it was good. Like fucking, it was a great start. Like this definitely could have been a pay-per-view match.
Mania. It'll happen at Mania. It'll be at Mania.
Yeah, it was just a good tease. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got my taste buds going here with that.
Yep. And then, what were your thoughts on this Hairline? Yeet or no yeet?
Yeet.
I yeet, dude. I yeet. Everybody yeets.
Yeah, I don't.
Everybody.
Honestly, it kind of bothers me that he no yeets. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, dude, don't even mention any of that. I thought your brothers left the faction, so why are you over here fucking? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're showing like that you can't stand alone. Like, your brother doesn't even mention you.
Can I say one thing? Can I say one thing to that though? That's why everybody didn't think Roman could get. That's why people rejected Roman. Do you want to know why? Because when the Shield broke up, he was just still the guy wearing the Shield gimmick and with the Shield music. And so Jimmy doing this now is almost like the path of Roman Reigns. I'm telling you, bruv. It's like, it sounds so dumb. He's going to get over one day just like Jay. And it's going to be crazy, I'm telling you. Because it's like Roman. He didn't break the Shield gimmick. Moxley was like Moxley light, being like crazy. Dude, I watched highlights of Moxley when he was in WWE, and he was so good. when he was
With
Ambrose.
the gas mask.
Well, no, that was kind of weird, but it's weird because he showed up in New Japan wearing a fucking gas mask and dressed like Red Hood. Whenever, I don't know, it
Yeah,
was weird. It was
fucking
weird. It was like
Marvel.
WWE. He was dressed like Bane, and everyone was shitting on it. But either way, the Usos.
Yes.
We got Waller comes out. Andrade comes out. Number four. I'm popping. The crowd knows who it is, but when he takes that mask off and they see that face, they know who the fuck it is. And
Yeah.
dude, they did a little spot with him and Santos. And
Yeah,
fucking
that's good.
Andrade, think about those matches. Think about when Ray comes back. They have like the best lucha. Think about him and Dominic, the LWO scenario. He's going to get tied up and all that probably. Can't wait to see what show he's on. Your thoughts on Andrade coming back?
I didn't see it coming. I didn't even know he left fucking.
I did, bro. They
AEW.
had a big send-off match on AEW. They had it was him versus Miro at the pay-per-view. And then
Right, but I didn't know that was it though.
oh yeah, that was, dude. Yeah, so Lana turned on Miro and then on Andrade and then went with Miro, duh. And then fucking Andrade, that was his big send-off. So then we had Carmelo Hayes, we had Shinsuke come out, Santos Escobar, Karrion Kross, Dominic Mysterio, big heat, big time heat. Carlito came out.
I want to say, addressing Dominic here, man, like he just like he really showed that fucking he's became that character in this fucking like just his entrance alone and all that, dude. Just like he came out so cocky and just like
Well,
yeah, man.
Well, we need to. Dominic's a little bit in the news as well, which we're going to get into as we go over this Rumble. But you are absolutely correct. But Carlito comes out, Bobby Lashley, who gets big pops, man. Like Lashley's over as fuck. Ludwig Kaiser comes out, Theory comes out, Balor, Cody Rhodes at 15, so midway through. He was 30 last year, midway through. With Endeavor and this new white hot era of WWE, they're going to be like obviously rewriting not rewriting, but they're going to be adding new history. I called it from before. That's why I don't think Roman's losing. I think he might beat Cody again at Mania. Because they can sell the third match again.
Yeah,
The year,
for sure.
yeah. So, and I'm like, they can surpass Hogan. Like they can do this to where it's like new history, and I believe that's what they're going to do. Because they're looking at the next 50 to 100 years. They're not looking at the last 150 years or whatever, you know?
Right.
And you're right. So anyways, so Bronson Reed comes out, Kofi Kingston, Gunther, Ivar, Braun Breaker. Now, here's where the news comes in, Hairline. Are you ready? So Meltzer now, Davey Meltzer. Should I play it? Should I play the
Yes,
fucking
absolutely.
a third one? You guys get a third one because Hairline's here. So Meltzer tweets out some shit. Like all of a sudden he knows. Meltzer didn't have a whiff of the fucking biggest deal in sports entertainment history of Netflix. None of these Sean Ross Sapp, Dave Meltzer, none of you fucks had any whiff of any of the biggest deal ever in human history as far as media is concerned. But now you know The Rock's plans. And so Meltzer tweets out, and you know the Royal Rumble plans, fool. So Braun Breaker, this is what's reported by Wrestling Observer Radio. Braun Breaker fulfilled Brock Lesnar's role in the Royal Rumble last night because Lesnar's canceled. He came in when Lesnar was going to come in, threw out the guys Lesnar was going to throw out, got thrown out exactly how Lesnar was going to get thrown out, implying that Dominic Mysterio, who eliminated Braun Breaker, was going to eliminate Brock Lesnar. And now Dave and these people are saying that it was going to be Lesnar versus Dominic in Perth or some shit like that. Hairline. What do you think about that?
That's amazing. I hope we get Braun Breaker versus Dominic.
Me too. Me too. Let's
Yeah.
see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what do you think about them? Like, do you think that's real, or do you think that's just
No,
shit they're saying now?
I haven't believed anything that man has said in years.
Yes,
so
because
I'm not gonna
Dave's
start
about to
believing
say
him.
this ain't the only one, folks. So here, I'm gonna hit the theme, but we're gonna get a fourth one, I feel like, because I have another one lined up here, but it's just for after.
Yeah,
It's
I
after
bet.
the yeah, I bet this is what someone called. I did the first ever one last week, and I was like, I'm gonna try and confine it to one, and then someone comments, they go, Yeah, dude. They're like, good luck. They're like, if you did this shit in retrospect, you'd have content for a million years. And I was like, yeah, dude, don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. So anyways, dude, so Ivar, Braun Breaker, almost, so Breaker apparently, and hopefully he fights Mysterio. I agree. Almost comes out. I popped. He's a giant. He's a freak. Breaker threw him over, getting Breaker over. McAfee comes out, eliminates himself. I thought this was a bit of a waste. This
That
is
was funny to me.
it was funny,
Cole
but
was popping.
this is fun. It was funny, but they did his surprise pop for the commentary. So I just thought like this is where you could have did a legend, or even like who's an NXT guy or someone on the fucking roster. Like Trick Williams could have came out and that whole motherfucker would have been whoop that Trick. Did you hear the pop he got on SmackDown?
Yeah,
Dude.
that was amazing.
Bro,
Oh, God.
Trick is over like Rover, dude. So he would have
no,
got
he's
that
over
pot.
as
Like
fuck.
that's where you could have brought Trick out and just like had like Mello kind of fuck him over or something. You know, I don't think McAfee doing a joke thing was, but it was just so that McAfee and Cole could talk shit. And maybe, who knows, maybe McAfee's going to get involved in WrestleMania somehow, some way. Maybe
I hope so.
Corey Graves could wrestle again. And possibly I've fantasy mark booked. Fucking, I have to hit it. Graves versus McAfee one time, like the way King fought fucking Michael Cole or something, you know. JR's fought Michael Cole, or, you know what I mean? So it'll be fucking Graves one time. They're saying he can wrestle again or something. So him versus McAfee one time at Mania this year, next year, 1 year, you know, who knows?
And that'd be dope. But yeah, for sure.
I'm okay with that, but that's what I feel like they kind of do with those pot shots at each other, but they're friends, but they could kind of work. They can both, they're both geniuses. Anyways, The Miz comes out, Priest, Gunther's killing everyone. CM Punk comes out at 27, big pops. 27 is the #1 winning slot in the Rumble, which I think they did purposefully because I thought when he came out at 27, I'm a big fat smarky smark, and I thought Punk, when he came out at 27, I went, he is going to win because that's the #1 winning number. I was like, either he's going to win or he's going to not win, but that's crazy. Ricochet comes out at 28. I saw people shitting on Ricochet online going, number 28 should have been a big debut spot and all this shit. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about, man?
Says who?
Just marks online, dude, in the comments. It's like, what the fuck? Who's supposed to come out? Hacksaw Jim Duggan? Who the fuck did you think was coming out? Like, what the fuck, dude? Ricochet's grinding his ass off, working every fucking day, every road, every house show. He doesn't deserve 28. Why? What's coveted about 20? Who gives a fuck? Crazy, you know?
Not good enough for Twitter, bud.
No, McIntyre gets 29. Made me think he could win. Zayn comes out at 30. And I go, whoa, brilliant. Because everyone's like, they dropped the ball on Zayn, but then he comes out 30, and you're like, wait, he could win. And then they do the spot where every year they do the last 4 people, or the last 2, and they square off. This year they did the last 6, because the roster's so stacked. And I was popping, and the final, the end of it was fucking, it was what it was. But listen, the right guy won 2 in a row. Michaels, Hogan, Austin, Cody Rhodes. Gonna try and finish the story. Your thoughts?
Man, I thought it was cool to see Sammy back. So, like, I don't get why people are complaining about him being number 30 or any of that shit. So, like, I don't know. I'm grateful, Marks. Yeah, I definitely I thought like it should either be Cody or CM Punk that won this. So, you know, good pick on their end. I don't know, man. Like, I didn't see the Andrade shit coming, so that was a pretty good surprise. I didn't necessarily need some like old legend, you know. I don't know. I'm pretty happy with this Rumble. The women's Rumble was just definitely more memorable though, you know, as far as like had the Impact wrestlers and fucking
Yeah.
and they didn't really have any fucking former diva spots either, you know.
No, and why? Why? Your roster's so stacked. These are the stars that are part of the business being white hot again. Why not just fucking throw them
Right.
up there and showcase them? And they did, and then they also did do the Jordynne Grace thing. And like, this is the second year in a row where the Rumble was, people are like, oh, it's underwhelming. There was no, just like, bro, enjoy. Like, we don't need The Rock and Cena and everyone to show up and just take spots away from. the guys who they're in the middle of the new era of the white hotness. You know what I mean, dude? So
Right.
yeah, man. So Dave Meltzer.
Shocker.
Oh my god. We've hotshot booked it. This spot's dead now. The Meltzer of the Week thing, dude. We hotshot booked it. I'm gonna have to compile them all. So Meltzer comes out after the Royal Rumble. This is what Meltzer says after the fucking Royal Rumble. Hairline. Quote, it's going to be Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns in a single match at WrestleMania. And Dwayne Roman Reigns match, whenever it is still happening. I just don't know where. But anyway,
Shut up,
the
Dave.
point is that it's still happening.
Oh, yeah.
Dummy. Yeah.
First off, Dave, you don't know that. Second off, where's it happening? Or it's not happening,
Shut
or
up.
maybe it's happening, so we're fucking, yeah, dude, I know, but I don't know, but I really don't know.
Shut up, bitch.
So fucking
For
stupid,
real.
man. You laid out and then he also said, oh, it could be a triple threat, or it could be a
Yeah, Dave.
one-on-one. Or it could be
You're right.
Cody's gonna win. It's gonna be Cody and Rock and Roman's gonna happen, but I don't know when. Well, shut the fuck up. How about that, Dave? How about you just shut the fuck up?
Batman.
Oh my god. Hopefully he doesn't show up Wrestling Observer in our comments like fucking Fightful and Sean Ross Sapp and me. So that was the Royal Rumble, man. Overall, what did you think of the Royal Rumble?
I'm happy with it, man. You know, as far as like it only being 4 matches, it definitely dragged on in parts, but memorable moments, if I could change one thing, I wish AJ Styles didn't botch that ending, but I have more positive things to say than negative things, so.
Yeah, it was good to me, man. Okay, folks. So at the top of the show, I told you this would be a bit of a Frankenstein stitched together. So if you can't tell, we're time traveling. Do 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 do. All I have is X-Files music. I don't have time travel music. But either way, yeah. So we're time traveling a bit here, and so we reviewed the Royal Rumble, all the Vince McMahon shit, all of that stuff, and since then, the wrestling world caught on motherfucking fire. Before we dive all into that, NXT Vengeance Day happened in the midst of all of this. So NXT Vengeance Day, we saw the Dusty Cup Classic go to the Wolf Dogs, Braun and Corbin. And what's that?
They didn't see it coming.
Nah, dude. Which was great. And then we had Mello versus Trick Williams versus Ilya Dragunov, and then the whole situation happened. The Mello turn happened finally, attacks Trick, and on the net following NXT, Mello's sitting in the ring with a chair, and he's like, nah, I ain't explaining it yet. We all saw it coming. They were milking it. Finally, it happened. I'm happy it's here. Hairline, your thoughts on that? I just want your thoughts on the whole. That was a really great story. There's more story to be told. Friends now foes, which we've been anticipating so long.
The pay-per-view was great.
Okay, you're super. Are you muted or muffled or you fucking?
It really impressed me here. Like Mello was he was like the start of the top of the hour at NXT, you know what I'm saying? And then at the midpoint, he was also in the ring at the top of the hour. So like they made sure to fucking have him there, where the most common viewers come in. Fuck on.
Yeah, that's right. And your mic's still fucked, but you were much clearer there, but you were definitely still muffled. Moving along, Scott D'Amore all of a sudden just gets obliterated and fired from TNA, which is just a terrible fucking move by Anthem and whoever's there, whoever's making these calls. So basically, I have some information here. So it was put out, just Scott D'Amore has been terminated by TNA parent company Anthem Sports and Entertainment. The belief among those we have spoken with is the decision came directly from Anthem owner Len Asper. There's different stories. So you have Nick Hausman out there, who's always accusing people. Now it's hard. This guy's crying wolf. It's hard to fucking take him seriously. But he's saying, oh, D'Amore was friends with Jericho and Callis, and fuck those guys. They have good, fuck them, fuck him. And I'm like, well, tell us what you know or shut the fuck up. But then it came out that basically he proposed like buying the company. So here it was like, we got an actual quote from like the guy who owns the shit, Len Asper. He's like, there were a lot of people assuming something salacious happened to D'Amore, leading to D'Amore's exit, but we are told by sources close to Anthem that wasn't the case. While no one is clear as to why this decision was made over the last day, the belief seems to settle on the idea that Len Asper, the head of Anthem, and D'Amore came to a crossroad where they disagreed on how TNA should be operated, and only one person was going to win. So basically, I don't know, I heard all these things about it was just basically he was at a crossroad and like even put a pitch in to buy TNA because
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then they just ended up firing him. So, and I get that. I get why the people who own it, but that's a huge loss to him. And right when they built it up, TNA gonna TNA.
Right.
It's like AEW. AEW gonna AEW, bro. You know, so your thoughts on the Scott D'Amore and everyone tweeting out support, every wrestler being like, we are D'Amore babies, da 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 da. Your thoughts, Hairline?
Man, I just like the craziest part of all that to me is like how much like TNA's improved and whatnot, and it's all been because of Scott too. And I don't know, man, I just didn't see this coming either, you know, and it was just like how they had that deal with the football people and all that shit. Like I was like, wow, they're finally going in the right direction. I was like, damn, you know, typical TNA shit where like, you know, just as they're about to take off, fucking monkey wrench.
The monkey wrench that's going to ruin your plans, dude. In other news, we have Maryse. She was just a quick little tidbit. She has revealed that she's been diagnosed with a rare pre-cancer of the ovaries, which she's fighting. So praying for Maryse and The Miz and
that's crazy.
Their beautiful family.
Fucking likewise, man. You know, no one should have to deal with any of that. Cancer sucks.
Okay, so moving along now, we have Rossy Ogawa. Are you familiar with Rossy Ogawa?
Refresh me.
He is the STARDOM booker. He was the STARDOM booker.
No.
Okay, so like last year, Dave Meltzer's readers voted him above Triple H for Booker of the Year. They voted him and Tony Khan.
Sounds about right.
So, but Rossy, so you know how Giulia, the wrestler Giulia, was like everyone's like, oh, she'll go to AEW. And then she's like, no, I'm going to go to WWE. And then Mariah May went to AEW and AEW just fumbled her. And then obviously Kairi Sane went from WWE to STARDOM and then back to WWE. And then Io Sky, she has ties there. And then basically this fake news story came out that Rossy Ogawa, so Rossy Ogawa was legit let go or fired from STARDOM. But this fake news came out. Rossy Ogawa was poaching talent for another company. Like he was gatekeeping talent. And it turned out to be a fake news story. He just wanted to go create his own company where he'd be booking it and have total control. And some of the girls would follow him because they love him. But basically Tony Khan hears this story and starts talking shit about Rossy Ogawa and starts putting out memes like, oh, like it's a clear case of industrial espionage. Tony Khan, like, acting victimized, like Ogawa was blocking him from getting STARDOM talent. Like, no, dipshit, no one want the big goodbye. He's talking shit on this other promoter. The feds had an undercover agent for Dr. Shrek's office. Like he's implying I have it right there. That's what Tony Khan's tweet said. It's a GIF and it says the feds had a mole in his office, like implying that WWE and STARDOM were working together to block the talent from going to AEW. And then turns out it's a fake story. And Tony Khan just went shit on this fucking guy. The biggest, your thoughts on this goobery gooberness.
It sounds like a fucking paranoid cocaine fucking
that's what it is.
Bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Like when you're tweaking it, it's all like, oh, no, they're totally working together this time, man. No. I want their talent. No. Yeah. We have another line.
Tony Khan, man, get some sleep, buddy.
Go to eat breakfast, man. Get a protein bar.
Eat some fucking.
Drink a bottle of water.
Oh no, I got a soda water and an Adderall. It'll be great today. Yeah, I'm starving. I'm gonna puke. Do you remember that on the All Access show? Oh yeah, I haven't eaten today. They're like, yeah. Oh, we feel great. And then he's like, oh yeah, I haven't eaten today. Yeah, I feel great. I'm gonna puke. They're like, I feel so good. He's like, yeah, I feel great. I'm gonna puke. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh man,
Fucking weirdo.
funniest of all time. So, I don't want to talk about any gross Vince stuff.
Word.
No, I don't want to go at Fightful or Vince anymore. It's all just fucking.
Well, yeah, this episode's already been chock full of it. Did you see like how Laurinaitis is now like?
Yeah,
trying to
so
play-
well, I guess we're talking about it a little bit.
Yeah,
It's
all right,
just,
there we
it's
go.
just Laurinaitis is a victim, apparently,
Yeah.
and then Brock Lesnar is basically canceled. WWE put all of his merch up for 99% off. They replaced him with LA Knight in the intro video thing. So he's pretty implicated, I think, in all of this. Not to laugh, it's just such a fucked up thing. And then basically, Meltzer just started fucking talking shit, obviously. And then Kate from Fightful said some shit about like, I don't know, man. I don't want to go at any of these people. It's just crazy. It's just a bunch of people basically going, they're rapey, just I don't know, dude. I'm tired of talking about it. But Vince McMahon, here, we'll swerve into this. Vince McMahon in 2006 commissioned a WWE.com cartoon about his ass. Yeah, my ass.
I can even make my ass do tricks. Watch this.
Yeah, I can make my ass do tricks. I'll make it shit. I'll make it shit on her head. Okay. No, I'm so sorry. We're getting off this topic. We just got off in the weeds. So, Hairline, we're going to talk about all this build up to WrestleMania 40, and all the crazy news and the press conference and all the real big business. But Tony Khan had a little bit of what he proclaims to be big business of his own. So, Tony Khan had a major announcement on AEW Dynamite. Hairline. Yet another major announcement. What will this big announcement be? Leading into it,
Probably a belt.
Well, did you watch?
Belt.
You watched
a tournament for a belt?
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I
so-
watched it. I'm
yeah,
just
so
joking.
this announcement. So again, Tony Khan, he gets on TV. He looks like an alien trying to pretend to be a human, and
He did it great.
and he announces AEW big business on March whatever, and they're all saying, oh, it's Sasha Banks. It's Sasha Banks, and other people think it might be Okada as well, just a double whammy, because they're
Probably both.
yeah,
like, who
exactly,
cares?
and like the Rainmaker and the Boss, big business, and they're homies too. Like they had that moment in Japan. And I think this is where Tony, but exactly, Okada's been in AEW. He never moved the needle. And I love Sasha. You and me love Sasha to death, bro. We blow her to death, Mercedes. But the thing is, okay, CM Punk and Edge can't turn the tide. So their building they have for the Mercedes shit is at 5K, and they're not quite sold to the full 5K, but that's what the building's set up for, and then they can sell more. But she's drawing like not even quite 5K people. And then they got the whole TD Garden. They're going to try and do, and then they're like, it's restoring the feeling. It's CM Punk. It's the CM Punk effect again. And she's going to say, and it's like, but what is it going to do? Like, what is it going to do for their business? What's going to happen? Like, they just brought Purrazzo in and they're building her up and they have something with her and Storm. And then Mercedes is just going to come in and beat her after you implemented the rankings again. Okada's 0-3 technically in AEW. But we're going to bring back the rankings and sign him, and he'll fight Danielson. It'll be great. Like, I don't know. What are your thoughts on the big announcement and it being Mercedes Moné in Boston? What will that do for AEW, and your thoughts on just Mercedes in general?
So like it'll be a huge like pop, like it always is, and then like backstage politics will like drive her off from the fucking, you know what I'm saying? She won't want to put up with toxic fucking bullshit that comes with AEW. all the drama. And I guess most of all, man, like look how fucking good WWE's been doing fucking Naomi. So like imagine what they would do for Sasha. So it's
And
just
she's
like what
still
the
on
fuck?
TNA TVs. Naomi's still showing up on TNA's.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, shout out Mercedes, and I hope they back the brings. And round of applause for Sean Ross Sapp. I guess he got this one right after flip flopping 10 times.
That's your boy.
That's my boy. We
Yeah,
boys.
dog. You guys go way back. I remember when you guys were in high school together and you used to take bets on the Royal Rumble.
People now, the AEW freaks. I'm one of them. Just kidding. Not as much, obviously, anymore. But
They ruined it, man.
I know, dude. And they started so they started shitting on Mercedes when they thought she was gonna go to AEW. They shit on anything. I tweeted out and it made everyone melt down. I tweeted out WWE fans are fans of wrestling, AEW fans are fans of AEW. And it just melted down. Got thousands of likes, retweets, hundreds of thousands of views. People melted down. Yeah. So Giulia going to WWE to NXT or whatever. They put out this fake fucking story that I don't know. I got it here. SRS said he was told by AEW that Giulia stiffs the hell out of people. Willow had to miss an Owen tourney match because of it. AEW's Joshis are also heavily affiliated with Ice Ribbon, a promotion that Giulia forced her way out of, and in a lot of Joshi's views disrespected on the way out. And she showed no remorse stiffing Willow and all this shit. So now they're trying to make her out like she's dangerous and bad for the locker room. Just like they did with Punk, bro.
Fucking babies.
Fucking
Hold
babies.
on. What is it? The Cody Cry babies?
The fucking Cody Cry babies. We're about to get into that.
No, but I need a name for these fucking AEW fucking. Or no, this is Sean Ross Sapp, huh?
Yeah, that's Sean Ross Sapp saying that. I need new fucking music for Sean Ross Sapp, dummy of the fucking week.
Dummy, yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I got a dummy Dave. I got a dummy Dave one. There's a bunch of dummy Dave ones, but
okay, hold on.
Go ahead.
Let's go back on this. So why did Tony Khan want this girl that stiffs people then so badly, and they want her in the locker room?
Exactly. Like, why? He wanted them till WWE got her, and then now, nope, we're gonna trash her.
Fucking idiots.
And it's just like, I'm sick. Like, people go like, why you trash AEW? And it's like, dude, I'm just sick of hearing like, why do you want AEW to fail? It's like when the dirt sheets are actively rooting for WWE to fail. Imagine if WWE just went away today, 90% of all these marks would be out of fucking jobs, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for real, man. Fucking, dude, the numbers are so like, well, what is it? The midget wrestling's doing better than AEW.
Well, thank you, sir. That's what I was just gonna bring up next. So the midget wrestling for 3 or 4 weeks in a row has beaten AEW in the television ratings, dude. Television. So I mean, that's insane. Your thoughts on the midget wrestling? Is that the right word to say, midget? Are we gonna get canceled for that?
Little people? I don't know.
Big little brawlers or whatever they're called. Yeah. Those little cute
ones. Man, you know, fucking wrestling's wrestling, bud. I fucking midgets have always been part of wrestling to me, man. You know,
yeah,
ever
dude.
since I can remember, they always had one segment, right? No, so like it makes sense, but like fucking just Tony, fucking get her together, bud.
Yeah, exactly. Do you want a group here of Dave Meltzer Dummy of the Week? Let me just, I'll rapid fire them to you. Rapid fire reaction to these ones here, okay? Dave Meltzer, he's trending right now because he's a fucking dipshit. I tweeted some shit out about him earlier. I wish I had a bookmarked it, but I tweeted this out and it's gotten, I'm going to tell you the impressions it's gotten. This is 4.8 thousand likes, 108 bookmarks, 300 reposts, 263,000 views. This is my tweet about Meltzer. I wrote, Dave Meltzer, quote, "It's 100% Roman versus Rock." Cody Rhodes, quote, "I choose Roman." Dave Meltzer, quote, "After the press conference, they're doing a tag match." Triple H, quote, "Seth Rollins is facing the winner of the Elimination Chamber." Dave slamming his head into a fucking TV. It's been blowing up. I'll post it, guys. But Here, I got a triple dose. So here's Dave Meltzer just saying some dumb shit. So this guy tweets out, suddenly wondering if Kylie returning to WWE had anything to do with this. Meltzer responds, remember when that happened and I said it was part of a bigger story? And then this guy says, suddenly wondering if Kylie returning to WWE had anything to do with this. And then Dave quote tweeted the same thing again and quote tweeted and said, it did. But then meanwhile, it didn't, because that was proven false. So fucking Dave, you're an idiot. Here's another one. So Hairline, Dave lying. What do you think?
That's what he always does. He's just a fucking mark for himself that fucking
We're about
just put out whatever fucking clickbaity bullshit.
We're about to move along into the Royal Rumble. So here's what Dave had to say about this. Dave said, "Collision." This is a quote. Collision likely did a poor rating head to head with the Rumble, but it had some strong wrestling and a small crowd that came across better by far than the giant crowd in St. Pete did. Holy fuck! Bryan Danielson versus Yuji Nagata was an excellent pro wrestling match. Dave just said that the 50,000 people at the Royal Rumble came across shittier than the less than 2,000 people at that fucking Collision on the same night. Hairline, your thoughts?
It's such a fucking mark.
What a shill. Holy shit, dude. They're working double time, man. What do you honestly think about him saying a 50K? People go, oh yeah, but the big buildings, they're quieter. The AEW fans go crazier. It's like, no, they don't. Just WWE doesn't have to mic their fucking... They're in big stadiums where all the noise flies up and they don't have to mic their crowds. Do you know what I mean? They don't have to mic them as hard as AEW does.
He's just such a fucking... It's what you said, man. Fucking shit all. Like, he's being biased, like fucking... Him and Sean Ross Sapp should hang out. You know what I'm saying? Fuck.
I think they hate each other too. Go figure. A bunch of narcissists hate each other.
Oh, yeah.
So then here's the last one. Dave goes, so this is what Dave said after the Royal Rumble, okay? Get ready for this one because you're going to punch a hole through your fucking laptop. Here, we'll be quick with this one. So backstage news on the problem Jade Cargill is facing. The problem Jade's facing. Ready? Former AEW TBS Women's Champion Jade Cargill finally made her WWE in-ring debut during the 2024 Women's Royal Rumble match. She was one of the final 3 women left in the match before Liv Morgan eliminated her. According to the Wrestling Observer, Jade is facing issues in remembering stuff in the ring. Now they're burying Jade! The one thing about... This is what Meltzer quoted. This is his quote. The one thing about Jade, everybody sold for her and everything like that. But you can see it's AEW Jade Cargill. And I mean, it's like she's not at the level of pretty much anyone else. So just admitting that AEW's shitty, Dave? Fucking dummy. He goes on to say, she was very messy. She does need to get on the road. I was told that she has a hard time remembering a lot of stuff. And so she needs to get out there and start doing a bunch of matches with veteran WWE women on the road. Get her ready if she's going to make her big WrestleMania debut. This is Dave fantasy mark booking Jade Cargill, dude. That's not real. What a fucking goof, man. God, that makes me mad. What do you think about that?
And there's a lot of that. It's just fantasy mark booking shit, dude. Marks marking. But it's Dave Meltzer. Dude, okay. God damn it, dude. Like, it's like these guys build up these platforms and then like it just becomes them pushing their fucking agenda rather than being unbiased and just like, you know.
And what do you make what do you think about they're just trashing anyone who doesn't go to fucking AEW, man. If you don't go to AEW, we're gonna trash you with a bot hive mentality and just create a fake fucking narrative about how you suck. They're Donald Trumping.
Yeah, dude, it's fake news. It's yellow journalism. It's just fucking public shaming, man. Fucking creating their own narrative, you know.
But anyways, that was yet another Dave Meltzer Dummy of the Week. So Hairline, then we get into the road to WrestleMania here. So the Royal Rumble ends. Cody Rhodes is the winner. Bayley wins her Royal Rumble. That's sort of gone by the wayside. We're not going to talk too much about that. Sorry, Bayley. You deserve it. But yeah. But Cody Rhodes wins the Royal Rumble, it's like Roman Reigns is going to be on SmackDown and Cody Rhodes is going to come out and tell him what he wants to do for his Royal Rumble win and what the title, what the situation is going to be. So he comes out, he does this promo. I got it here.
Let me ask you, what is finishing the story? Because I've heard you say that all of this, all of it is yours. This ring, the canvas, the ropes, that camera, the announce desk, all these people.
God, WWE's so hot, dude. Look at all these people going fucking crazy for this.
You
It's
guys
great.
belong to Roman Reigns, apparently. So, is finishing the story taking that championship from you? Or is finishing the story taking everything from you? Let me make it abundantly clear. I want that title. Matter of fact, I'm moving my own goalpost. I want that title, I want everything, and I am coming for it. I am coming for you, Roman Reigns. But not at WrestleMania.
So right there, a billion hearts broke. I watched it live and I was like, oh shit, what are they going to do? Are they going to pull the John Cena where he challenged Orton at No Way Out in 2008, instead of WrestleMania? Is he going to go, is he just swerving him? What's going on, right? So, and the crowd's just white hot, so into this. This clip's almost done here, but Cody then goes on to say this.
I mentioned taking counsel. Roman, one of the individuals I talked to, he knows you very well.
Everyone stands up. They all know it's The Rock. Roman's face sells it like $1 million. I don't want to get pulled off YouTube for The Rock's theme. The place goes white hot, erupt, melts. The Rock comes out. Love or fucking hate him. Bro, chills with this standoff, eh? Oh, yeah, dude. They square off with each other. My bad. So, Hairline, not your reaction now, but at the moment when you saw that, what were you thinking? The crowd's chanting, "This is awesome." I'm sitting there going, holy fuck, they're doing The Rock Roman. Yes, but at the same time, it is whack. Like, why didn't they just have him win the Rumble? But at the same time, like, this could just be a triple threat scenario. Like, don't worry. This is just through such an epic WrestleMania's 2 nights. There could be 2 matches. Like, this is such a great scenario. Everyone melts down online. Hashtag Cody Crybabies. Hashtag We Want Cody. Everyone's melting down, literally. Even the people, I had to unfollow people that are like, to me, are like, they're cool, like we agree about every single thing, and it's not that one thing made me, it's like they almost turned into like cancel pigs on The Rock all of a sudden. Like, you're doing what you claim you hate people do online, trying to get at The Rock, like Ava Raine was getting death threats and shit. Like just ridiculous shit. But at this moment, what were you thinking when this went down right here? Were you mad? Were you happy? Were you like, what the fuck?
I really thought Cody was gonna challenge him and whatnot. Like we knew this match was coming, but I wouldn't say it really had sour grapes. And then most of all, I understand that the WWE is one big business and whatnot, and it's about doing what's best for business and what's going to draw the most, get the most eyes on it.
Right. Now some people were saying that, and again, bud, your mic's a little fucked, but you were pretty clear there, but it's all good. We're adjusting as we go along, folks. Everyone's appreciative. So this shit's number 49 on trending too. WWE's so hot right now. Then after this happens, everyone melts down, right? Everyone's going crazy. And then The Rock goes on fucking Pat McAfee and he cuts this promo. Basically, because a whole war broke down with everybody going, we want Cody, fuck The Rock, blah, blah, blah. And Conrad Thompson's melting down and he's saying things like, well, this is a story that's been told for 2 years as Cody's story. But meanwhile, the Bloodline story's been being told for 4 fucking years, in my opinion, right? Like since Roman's been reigning and the head of the table and all of that. And then plus the Samoan dynasty story is how many decades old. It's just, to me, I don't know, people are melting down, people are going crazy, and there's all these arguing, all this infighting. AEW fans are trying to capitalize and go, oh, this is why I like AEW, they don't try and work the fans and shit. And I'm just like, what the fuck? They're missing the point of wrestling. But anyway, so The Rock goes on Pat McAfee after this because everybody's like, oh, he's a part-timer and he's blah, 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 blah. And he's on the board of TKO. Do you know how fucked up that is that he just came in and did a power play because of his ego? That's what everyone's saying about The Rock. Like they didn't have this match planned 4 years ago or 10 years ago when The Rock saved Roman at the Rumble in Philly. So here's what he says on Pat McAfee. Or Hairline, your thoughts on all the meltdowns quickly, and then that whole narrative that was sort of painted. Oh, a part-timer, he's on the board.
So that's basically I see both sides. Again, I'm going off what I previously said. I understand that it's a business. And at the same time, I also understand, like, a Cody Rhodes fan, all butthurt because, like, they spent the past 2 years getting super invested in the shit. The multiple injuries he had and all that, just for The Rock to come in there and throw his weight around. We've heard The Rock doing similar things on his movie sets and whatnot. What was that superhero movie he put out that flopped?
Well, it was Black Adam, which wasn't a totally bad movie.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but it was like, I know it didn't,
No, it didn't do good.
Right.
So The Rock goes on Pat McAfee, who's fucking shout out Pat McAfee back on Raw. Kevin Patrick fired. They got Wade Barrett and Corey Graves over on SmackDown. You got Michael Cole and Pat McAfee on Raw. Okay. WWE going full force.
Epic.
Here is what The Rock says on Pat McAfee's show.
There's the other passionate fans of Cody.
Yep.
And they're called the what's that? Oh, Cody Crybabies. Yeah. That's what they're called.
Okay, all right. Okay, got it. I didn't know the name that was coming.
It was the Cody Crybabies, and these are grown-ass men. And Cody gotta finish his story. He has to finish his story right now. It's like, wait a second, hold on. Hey, Dad, you want to go outside and play catch with me? Not now. Cody's gotta finish. And I'm upset. The wife comes in. Hey, honey, do you want to go have sex? Not now. Cody's gotta finish his story. At the end of the day, look, you got the Cody crybabies and you have the Cody fans and then you have Cody himself, and there's a clear distinction between the three. But The Rock says this, those Cody crybabies, the ones for every 10 tweets, they're shoving a chicken McNugget in their mouth. For every 20 tweets, they're shoving 2 McNuggets up their ass. The Rock says this, all you got to do is sit back, know your role, shut your mouth, and enjoy the ride that The Rock is going to take your candy asses on. So hashtag that. Hashtag shut your bitch asses up. Hashtag Cody crybabies.
Yeah! Let's fucking go. Dude. Yo. And then if you take this, if you extend this clip, I watched it in full. The Rock he then goes back to like Dwayne Johnson mode, and he's like, but yo, that's the fun we get to have in wrestling is what I just did right there. He cuts the kayfabe and he knows that was just going to get clipped right there and work all the marks. And then you got AEW people going, that's why I like AEW. They don't try to work the fans and get them.
Yeah, that's the problem, and that's why it's not growing and it's not going anywhere. And like
Hairline, it's like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? Anyways, so that was just fan fucking tabulous. So then we get to this press conference, right? Because they're in Vegas. The Super Bowl's in Vegas tomorrow. Hairline, you gonna be watching the Super Bowl?
100% not.
Okay, fair enough. I love the Super Bowl. I love NFL, and I'm Canadian, so I figure you.
Swift. No, it's just like that's what man. Okay, so like the break kayfabe and all that. That's just all that's going on now. Is right now is the boomers crying about Taylor Swift being involved. And
Do you think the NFL's rigged? Like it's a work?
Yes.
Okay.
But I've thought that okay, so like my bad. As a wrestling fan, you know what I'm saying? I know what I'm looking for. You know, like watching football, I've always thought that. Like, I've seen they're working together and yada yada yada, like just shit like that. But what I'm getting at right now is just like there's boomers crying about all this Taylor Swift shit, and it's just like fucking man, like you should just be happy that you guys are gaining all these new viewers and like it's got the ratings going up, but nope, something to cry about.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, what are they mad that like she starts like doing a cool fucking dance and then everyone starts doing the dance? Like, what are they mad about?
That people would rather talk about Taylor Swift and what she's doing than what's going on in the football game, I guess. But like fucking, they're like the Cody crybabies.
So Hairline, you're not a Cody crybaby. Like you're sitting here going, yeah. Well, we've talked about on this show, Hairline, multiple times. WrestleMania 42. Now I'm going to tell you this. I've had people. I've had lots of people. I'm called Pro Wrestle Times. People think I'm the news or something. I've had a lot of people come forward. Maybe I'm good at vetting people and vetting bullshit.
It's your opinion.
Right, but I've had people come who are legit, who are like, I know this and this, or yes, this and that, or whatever. Someone someone told me they have a tight source in the writers' room of WWE, and they were like, now, The Rock thought he'd be babyface because he shook hands with Cody and blah blah blah, and he thought. And they had to swerve this on the fly. This was for sure. Yeah. Like they had to adjust on the go. Now that could be true. It seems like it is that way, but I just flat out, I don't fuck around anymore because I've had handfuls of people be like, I have this intel or I have this source, whatever. And this is no knock on anyone. I love you all, but I just flat out was like, well, who's the source? I was like, because to me, from what I feel like Cody's always been going to lose at WrestleMania 40 anyways. Yeah, he gets this match with Roman. He's going to lose this match though. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and I think we're going to get Rock Roman at 41, especially with what happened at this press conference and with what The Rock, he's calling himself long game, your long game boy, because they're all like, oh, a short-term part-time wrestler. He's on SmackDown this week coming up. You guys ready for that shit? Rock's on SmackDown with Roman. Think about the rating that's going to do. Rock and Roman, dude, tomorrow, guaranteed, announced in a week. So, but yeah, and then I think we get Cody finally at 42 dethroning Roman. So I said that almost a year ago. Am I talking out my ass? Am I not? I don't know. But this motherfucker told me that this was a swerve. This was a pivot. It was 100%. He has a WWE writer's room. So take that with a grain of salt. I'm not going to say who it is, but they're in the IWC, but and shout them out. I love them. Great person. But that's what they claim to me. So maybe this was a pivot. But Hairline, in your opinion, are they pivoting around, or is this the plan the whole time? The Rock comes in with Triple H and goes, "We're going to do this struggle for authority," or do you think it's because the Twitter noise they read it all and went, "We're going to pivot and do this whole
It feels like the Yes movement was the blueprint for all this. Like they were all like, we're gonna go with The Rock and whatnot, but then they saw like how much buzz Cody got, and like they didn't want to drop the ball like they have in the past and whatnot. So it definitely, I'm going with it's a pivot.
Okay, I respect that. I feel like it is too. If you put a gun to my head, I'd probably go, it was a pivot. Because when Cody came and shook hands with the Rock like that was like their way of trying to get that idea over that they knew everyone was going to kind of reject. But that's just the brilliance of the new WWE, which Triple H at the beginning of this press conference comes out fired up and goes, this is the new WWE, and fucking no, it's not the old ways. Like, this is fucking skipping ahead. We get this press conference outdrew numbers, did a higher rating than Collision that night on YouTube alone. Hairline's face, he just smirked like, yeah, he's just like, fucking, I'm not surprised. Like, yeah, what do you? Yeah. So, midget wrestling and fucking WWE press conferences outdraw. They could have put this head to head with Dynamite and it would have fucking. But anyways, so here is, we're just gonna run through it and react and be marks with you guys. Point out the little details.
The self-proclaimed workhorse champion, the real champion.
It starts with Seth.
Seemingly in all of this goal, Seth freaking Rollins.
So Seth and a lot of people, man, and especially the AEW fans are going, Rollins' contract is coming up. Oh, I'd love to see Tyler Black in AEW. And Rollins put out a statement. Rollins put out a statement today going, I'm never leaving WWE. I love WWE. So, but people are saying he got buried in all of this and he's on the back burner. And it's like, bro, he just got interjected into the biggest angle. His face is right there in the midst of the biggest angle ever. Dude, he's Jimmy Snuka in the fucking Hogan Piper Mr. T shit or whatever. You know what I mean? Mr. Wonderful shit. Like,
right.
So it's, and listen to the ovation he gets.
It's a party in here tonight.
Bro, how sick is that world title?
Is that Ted DiBiase suit?
So Rollins works the marks.
Now, what do you say? We cut to the chase, and we get ourselves a main event.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, I'm not the man to make that decision. I'm just a prize at the end of the road. So what do you say? We get the man who can make that decision out here. The two-time Royal Rumble winner. The American Nightmare himself.
So they swerve.
Cody Rhodes.
So they swerve and Roman comes out. Brilliant. I popped. But it's fucked how they just didn't even give Cody like an entrance in all this either.
Or he just came out.
Yeah, he just came out cussing up a storm. It made it seem more real though, bro. That's why this shit is awesome. So Roman comes out oozing charisma. This video's number 49 on trending. Off of this man's back the last 4 years. Netflix, billions of dollars. What? Fucking USA, billions of dollars. What? CW, $50 million. What? Off of this man's motherfucking back. Laughing at Seth. Laughing at him. The tribal chief. Captivated. And then you have Paul Heyman. He just adds
his facials are great.
Just adds $1 million to anybody he does.
Yeah, anything.
Tribal Chief, Tribal Chief, Tribal Chief. That's the Tribal Chief, bro.
Las Vegas. Acknowledge me.
I've said it 1,000 times, man. Let him hold it till fucking 45. Let him go to 45. Let's go.
Hey, guys. He showed up for work once.
Ooh.
I love to see it. Good to see you, big brother.
And he showed up to work in his wife's shoes.
Ooh.
Don't be mad, don't be mad. I can just run circles around
talk
you.
about somebody who matters right now.
Yo, and Roman just cuts it. He's like, I can run circles. And Roman's like, no. Let's just talk about someone who matters right now.
Yeah, but he bodied him, bro.
Bodied Seth. Bodied him, dude.
Hard.
Your moment's gonna move on. And that's what's happened to Cody Rhodes. It's no longer his decision. It's now your tribal chief's decision.
Paul.
That's exactly how it works. Thank you. So tonight, I choose who faces me in the main event of WrestleMania.
Let's go. Who chooses you, Roman?
Get this bum out of here, will you?
Oh my God, he's bodying Seth, dude. Shooing him away. Yo, get this bum out of here.
I choose The Rock.
Ooh, all the heat. Dude, the booking. The booking. Hey, booking. Writing. Boom.
What's he mad about? Isn't that what he would want?
Before you can even digest, I choose The Rock. What the fuck? He chooses The Rock. So you put all this heat on Roman, dude. You make Seth look good. Well, kind of. You bury him and that title. You put all the heat on fucking Roman for choosing Rock. And then Rock comes out and you're still indifferent. So you're like, well, I'll get behind Rock if it means fucking this guy up. But then the Cody shit bro, when I tell you this shit was like boop, 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 boop. This is like that movie, that Christopher Nolan movie with Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale. The Prestige. It's one of my favorite movies, dude. It was just like dip, dip, voop, voop, flip, twist, turn. Rock comes out. I don't want to get pulled down from YouTube. Rock's music will get struck. I don't know how much of it I can play. Get banned in India or something. Rocky comes out. He's wearing all black. Now, instantly, that gave me a little feeling of he's dressed like Roman. Like, there's little subtleties in wrestling.
Right.
Yeah. I was like, instantly when he came out, he's wearing all black. And after the promo he cut on McAfee, and then you see the way he's reacting to the crowd, and I'm like, he might go heel. Like, I thought it in my head. Like, and the way I was like, there's no one pushing everyone back. Like, Triple H and them should be in between all these guys this whole time, in my opinion. Next time they do one of these, they need, like, the GMs and Triple H just in the middle the whole time.
How high is Pat McAfee right
High
there?
as shit.
It's big.
And just marking out.
Yeah, marking out hard.
Dude, me too.
Living the dream.
This is how much, when I watched this in the moment, I felt like The Rock.
Amazing.
I felt like The Rock called it on the fly.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
I think he I felt like he almost called a bunch of this shit on the fly. And
Yeah,
and that,
Doug.
yeah. So sorry. What your thoughts?
He was just reading the room, you know. Wrestlers wrestling.
Yes, wrestlers wrestling. Not even doing a move. Not even a headlock. Wrestlers wrestling. Said it right there, guys. Guys, this is what if AEW learned. And he just reads it. He milks it.
He hella milked it here, man. And it's like,
he milks it.
Moment.
Milks it.
Now let The Rock ask you a question.
No, here, let's go back. Because he hits the finally after so long. And listen to the crowd. 60-40 against The Rock, hey? Like, that's a lot of booze.
Finally, The Rock has come back to Las Vegas.
Dude.
Now let The Rock ask you a question.
What?
Do you think that Roman Reigns is going to beat The Rock at WrestleMania?
Nah. Or yeah. Sorry. I got fucked up on the question. I want Roman to beat everybody, man. I don't even fucking play.
Yeah, for real, Doug.
I'm not shy about my shit. I love Cody, but he can wait another year. I'm sorry.
Or do you think that The Rock is going
I
to
can't
beat
wait
the
for Twitter
Tribal
that
Chief
night.
at WrestleMania?
I canceled my fucking Peacock subscription because Cody lost. Roman's politicking. The Rock did this because The Rock's in charge now.
If he loses, man.
No, you guys, it's all like, that's what his dad would do. You guys just don't get wrestling.
As a guy like me who fantasy mark books this shit in my head, and I like the long game, I'm always about the long game. This is like a Mark fantasy come true for me, where not only I just felt like there wasn't enough time for The Rock to join the bloodline ever. But not to jump the gun, but he essentially, what happens is he joins the bloodline. Like, I don't know, man. As an indigenous Canadian man, I'm like, form that fucking tribe one more time, motherfucker. Tribal head, yo, the high chief, bro. What's up? Like,
do you think that The Rock and Roman Reigns?
I agree with you. I just like the only thing that bothered me that like they did here was like I didn't like how like he was like all Cody said was like The Rock's grandfather would be ashamed of you, Roman, and it's all like there's so much like worser shit you could say.
I know, but dude, nah, like, bro,
it's like so like that's what made you slap him. It's like Cody can say so much.
Yes, can I explain it, dude? This motherfucker. Do you see his left arm? You see that left arm of The Rock?
Yeah.
You see Roman Reigns. You see those tats all over his back, all the way down. You see the Usos. You see that shit. Bro, those tattoos tell the fucking story of their ancestors. Those tattoos, fucking, some of those tattoos, you go through ritual where you fucking get them hammered into you. With fucking like, yeah, dude, like not even with a gun, bro. You get them hammered. Like with a mallet and ink, dude. Like, dude, it's just the bloodline runs deep. Like, that's why The Rock pulls this shit up, dude. That's why this story's so brilliant in like this 2 minutes that they tell it. It's like we're about to see it. He pulls it up and he goes, "No, dude, like we just deserve this for what our families did for this business." And then. But like on a deeper level, when Cody then questions that, like, well, your grandfather would be ashamed of you, and The Rock's going, "Yo, bitch, like talk about my mama." Again, that's what it is essentially, what it boils down to.
Will
like,
Smith.
Yeah, like yo, I can talk about my cousin, but you ain't gonna talk about my fucking cousin, like, you know, slap your fucking teeth down your throat. So that's essentially what this is. So
do you think that The Rock and Roman Reigns will be the biggest main event in the history of the WWE? All right. I love the passion. The Rock loves the passion. So, to members of the press, welcome. Glad you're here. To the WWE Universe.
Hold on. It's crazy how sweet down the middle they are.
dude, they got Cody a million times more over, more interest on this match than ever. This is the most brilliant shit ever. WWE's just, by hook or by crook, man, they're fucking on fire right now.
Universe, welcome. To everyone watching around the world, welcome. And certainly to the millions of the Rock's fans, welcome. And on top of all that, members of the press, world watching, I introduce you to the Cody Crybabies. Now, let The Rock show you all and everyone around the world. I'm going to show you something right now that is very important. It's very cool. And I think you're going to like it a lot.
Okay.
But regardless whether you like it or you don't like it, you love it, you hate it, one thing for damn sure,
it's great.
You are gonna
so you gotta do it, son.
Respect it.
And you are gonna respect it. Look at this family tree. And down here we see Jacob Fatu right next to Trinity Fatu, Naomi in brackets, Jonathan Fatu, Jimmy Uso, Joshua Fatu, Jey Uso, and then Jacob Fatu right here. And I just marked out so hard. I was like, oh, shit. And then you look around and it's like Dwayne, he's called the Shwaylee, which means the High Chief. Danny Garcia, Ava Rain, whatever her name is. But people pointed that out, dude. They don't even bring it up on here. He kind of does, but people pointed that out. And it's true. Like the High Chief Peter Maivia, before he died of cancer, he bestowed the High Chief honor onto Dwayne, The Rock Johnson. So that is like a shoot thing. So where Roman is the tribal chief, Dwayne is the High Chief, bro. And I don't know, dude. I'm just marking out for all this shit. I'm like, this is WrestleMania. Like, this needs to just be a match right here, nonetheless. I don't know. This don't even need Cody, and I'm already just like, God damn it. And then, anyways, though, he brings up the bloodline.
Cody Crybabies ruined it for you, bud.
No, I'm okay, dude. I'm down if Cody finishes the story. I just don't think it's gonna happen. Like,
no, he won't.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna. But if he does, I'm not gonna be mad, dude. I enjoyed WWE right now. It's just like every time I'm like, oh, look, they just boom, 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 you know, especially
it's
late.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing, dude. Look at that fucking family tree.
When you look,
and rumors are that Booker T is personally working on current free agent Jacob Fatu to getting him into the WWE. Yeah.
Incredible
Epic.
family tree. And I want you to take a look at the very top of the tree. At the top of that tree, The Rock's grandfather and Roman's grandfather made a blood oath in that our family in Samoan said, Ainga, Ainga forever. And if you can't see that,
Bro.
if you can't see the fact that this is proof that there is only one dominant and powerful royal family in professional wrestling.
Damn. Like, dude, who wrote this?
If you can't see that, and if you think that The Rock and Roman Reigns isn't the biggest main event in the history of WrestleMania, then save your booze, save your booze. Then, if that's what you think, then in simple Rock speak, it doesn't matter what you think.
Dude. Oh, just okay. The delivery of that line, Roman smirk, Seth just being like, "This is retarded." The whole the bloodline thing, him going, "Dude, fucking, what did he say? Mainga, like we took a blood oath that our families, whatever, like da da da. This is destiny, almost. Like, bro, you like." I don't know. This is real life comic books come to life. You know what I mean? Right here, dude. This is fucking the Black Panther, like alive in the flesh. Like, you don't get better than this, man. Sorry. Your thoughts on all of this? Obviously, just printing money.
I don't know if I should do Vince though, huh?
Yeah, I was just gonna.
Oh no, it's real great. I really enjoyed it. Could have used a little more Moxley, but other than that, real great.
Oh my god, dude. Okay. It's just like, what is it? I felt so bad for AEW and all this. It's just like, what do they got going on? Samoa Joe, who's one of the
We don't
goats.
even.
It's
It's like don't even need wrestling. Like it's just promos here, and it's like body and everything.
And Tony's like, "Oh, I have an announcement. Something that Sean Ross Sapp already announced a year ago, but I'm announcing it now."
WrestleMania 40, Philadelphia.
Yeah.
The Rock
Yeah.
and Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
The Universal Champion versus the People's Champion. Whether you like it or you don't like it, the People's Champion in the biggest main event in the history of professional wrestling, bound by blood.
Oh yeah, dude. It don't get no fucking. And then they hug.
Hold on. Hold on.
It's just. Can we talk about too? Like The Rock is a clear A-list Hollywood level actor with his. Just the way everything he does on, like just how he squares up with Roman, even though he shakes his hand. Like it's not like it's a full heel turn yet. It's like, yeah, we're bound by blood. Fuck the people.
Right.
And like, I'm gonna whoop your ass. I'm gonna hug you right now. But this is still. Look how he just squares off. He's like, it's still really real though. I want you to understand. And then Cody comes out and just. This was booked just brilliantly, man. Booker of the year. What are we talking about?
This right here is
This shit right here. Crowd erupts.
Roman.
Roman, you're out here calling the shots, dictating WrestleMania 40, and as the tribal chief, as the undisputed champion, you have a lot of stroke, but it is not your right, it is not your distinction to determine the main event. It is mine. I won the Royal Rumble.
Fuck yeah.
And Rock, we had a wonderful conversation. I had many conversations. I have made my decision. At WrestleMania 40, in the main event.
I knew he wasn't going to say Seth at this point, though. I was like, they built up this.
You, Roman Reigns.
Yeah, I was like, it's going to be a triple threat or some shit. Like. And then Dave Meltzer's head fucking exploded. I tweeted out, yeah, well, I read it earlier, but just his head exploded. After this press conference, he's like, they're for surely doing a tag match.
You must be crazy. You must be stupid or something, huh? This is a done deal. You're old news. Go over there with the number twos. The number 2 table will have you now. Loser bracket. Right there in the dummy in green. Just go. You're embarrassing yourself now. Last year was your year. That was your moment. You were only a chapter in my book. Nobody cares about your story. Nobody cares about you finishing the story. You're embarrassing your entire family now. You, just understand this. You're irrelevant. Just like your dad.
Here you are talking about family. Is that what the bloodline is? Let me ask you a question. How's Jade? It's not a family. You're a meal ticket, and they are
Kayfabe shooting the shoot, kayfabe work, shoot, brother.
nothing but lackeys, but yes men. They're goons.
Triple H, Aldis, fucking your boy Adam Pearce is up there.
My boy John.
It's getting real now. I love it, man. This is just big fight feel. Like, it's all just great. It's great.
And what is this match all about right here? Who sits at the head of the table? What does it matter when neither of you have been doing any of the cooking for 2 years?
But meanwhile, 2 years before that, Roman was cooking and Cody was smashing Triple H thrones and fighting the Dark Order with the Young Bucks. But here nor there.
But my memory is hazy.
Earlier, we had that family tree up there, and you've invoked my father before, so let me go ahead and do the same. If your grandfather was here, if the High Chief, his grandfather, was here.
Right there. Can we just stop it? That was all Cody had to say. He didn't even have to say they wouldn't respect you. I'm telling you, in this culture, bro, all he had to do was just go, if the High Chief, and instantly, that's why they show The Rock's face there like that. And it's just like, you don't even evoke the High Chief's name. How about that? Or it's going to be, or it's going to be hands, it's going to be a problem. So that's what people got to recognize about this. That's what it is, like, culturally.
Here.
It's a cultural thing.
If the High Chief,
right there,
his grandfather, was here,
it could have just ended right there. Rock would have slapped him. That just even doing that, if the High Chief was here and pointing at Rock, Cody signed his fate right there.
Be ashamed of you.
And The Rock, look at the facials, and Cody, man. God, this is a movie.
Let me make something perfectly clear to you. When you talk about his family, you're talking about my family. When you're talking about his ancestors, you're talking about my ancestors. And when you're talking about his blood, you're talking about my blood.
Dude.
So
God.
now, we have a problem.
God, just how he delivers the lines and everything. Oh. Flipped WrestleMania up. Flipped WrestleMania up. $1 million more. $1 million more. Yeah. Yeah, I knew it. I booked this, actually. Before I left the company, I told them all. I said, Dwayne, go out there and slap the shit out of that Cody Rhodes kid. God damn it, man. Rock saying, I'll slap the piss out of you again.
No, you don't. Yes, we do. You get to do whatever you want. Open your mouth about our family again. I've done it every single time.
Fuck, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, just a bombshell moment here tonight.
Flipped WrestleMania on its
Royal
ear.
Rumble to choose Roman Reigns to
My
make
word.
Reigns at WrestleMania for the undisputed champ.
Shot to call. That's where I stand.
Biggie, your thoughts?
Face. Yeah.
Bomb. What did you think about this moment?
Man, it's like Valentine's Day. I choose you. I choose you. Listen, Cody's way too diplomatic. Somebody slaps you, you got to bust them right back in the mouth. That's what I would have done. I want to see Cody punch Rock right in the face. Who wants to see Cody punch Rock in the face? Yeah.
Yeah, CM Punk tricep injury won't be in the match with Seth Rollins like everyone anticipated. The winner of the Elimination Chamber will take on CM Punk. Dave, after this press conference, Dave Meltzer went, ugh, it's for surely a tag match. And then Triple H goes, yeah, the winner of the Chamber is going to fight fucking Seth. And Dave goes, oh, shit. Dave jumps out a window. Fucking. And then CM Punk goes on to he just says some shit. He goes like, oh, Cody got slapped by his boss. Oh, I'm punching. I'm throwing punches.
Yep, you throw hands. Yeah.
It's a lot to digest right there.
Stupid
so
young
bucks. I mean, what happens to the World Heavyweight Champion? Finally came out here and he did what he earned.
When you talk about him, you're
The fucking Young Bucks, man. And then here Triple H is giving his little interview. The last thing we're going to play, guys. Triple H gives his little interview with Jackie Redmond.
Like this are difficult, right? Everybody's
and The Rock, The Rock and Roman roll up on Paul Triple H Levesque.
Just went on right there. A lot of tension right now. A lot of egos. A lot of
they fuck him up.
You got to fix it. Fix it. Have them our family again, and that's what happens. It's out of line. You know it. It's not out of line. How much? Have them. If you don't fix it, we will. Have them family again.
So it's all censored on WWE there, but The Rock goes, have him talk shit about our family again. See what happens. Have him talk shit about our family again. I'll slap his fucking teeth out of his mouth. That's what The Rock's saying. So it's official, though. The winner of the Chamber fights Seth. Bailey takes on Io Sky. And Roman Reigns fights Cody Rhodes. That's official. Pistol. He said it. Triple H said it on SmackDown. Hairline, your thoughts on this whole WrestleMania 40, the biggest WrestleMania? That's what they're saying on TV. The biggest WrestleMania of all time. Just like we've been saying fucking a year ago, you know? Your thoughts on all this? And yeah, phenomenal. And then Cody and Roman is the outcome, so all the marks are still happy. And all the real ones are still happy because we understand the biz. Like we get like, okay, we're getting another year out of this. Like it doesn't matter when they do the Rock, Roman, Cody 2, 3. It's all going to play out in these next 3 years, right? So a round of applause, WWE. Round of applause. All right. So folks, that was the show, and I hope you all enjoyed it. My throat's going again.
The mega episode.
Yeah, mega episode. Throat's swelling up again, but we're all good, man. We're going to power through this and look out for the live shows. It's a Frankenstein Stitch episode, but it's hopefully long enough. And yeah, been away for a minute, but we back like we never left. Make sure you check out at Pro Wrestle Times on YouTube, at Pro Wrestle Clips, where the Pro Wrestle Clip live show will be going down very soon, a bunch of times. And make sure you check out the Patreon, patreon.com/Pro Wrestle Times, and at Pro Wrestle Times everywhere on the socials. Don't text Vince McMahon or John Laurinaitis or any of these creeps.
And one last one in there, huh?
But yeah, thank you so much. And of course, I got to shout out the patrons: Reggie Rodriguez, Mark Hugh, the Mark, Ashley V, Russ Paxton, Chris Killis, Cruz Madrid, Desirac, Giulia, and YouTube memberships. I don't know. Those will probably come more into play as the live stuff happens, but join up, and at the highest tier you get shouted out, and on the lowest one you just support the goddamn channel and support the fact that content is being made as fast as we can, and the live shows are coming, even if we just pop in for an hour, say what's up and dip out, whatever. And a weekly live show guaranteed with all the characters from the IWC. If you're on the IWC in any way, you'll probably hear about it or be on the show or some shit if you make some noise. Anyways, though, your boy Phil Marks is here, and I'm out, and your motherfucking man Hairline is here. Thanks so much for